Hello, everybody, and welcome to our inaugural PvP session for this campaign.
Oh no.
Before we begin, though, I don't got anything actually. Now that I think about it,
All right.
that I can think of at the moment. Uh, Kate, what do you got?
I got some stuff. I got some art stuff that you could purchase on Redbubble, or you could check it out on Etsy. I got some cool stuff out there. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's that Etsy shop name again? Crate Craft
Kate,
Studio.
Kate Craft Studio US on Etsy or Bad Dice Co. Yeah.
Oh, I do have an announcement. After the stream ends, I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
nice.
All right.
Hell yeah.
There we go.
If I'm playing anything, it's Hell Diapers.
Yeah.
That's you.
Oh,
Malevolent. Everyone, let's liberate Malevolent Creek because it's not getting
yeah.
liberated.
No, did you hear? It fell.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
it happens.
No, we got it back. We got it back today.
got it back? Good,
today.
okay.
We're at
All right.
3%, y'all.
Last
Okay,
we
good.
left off, you all woke up.
Count that just straight up news.
Oh, you all woke up. I killed my friend with a nuke yesterday. Anyways, you all woke up. Oh no, and I killed my roommate with extracted because I thought he had enough health. And if you melee somebody, they'll just like flop over.
Mm-hmm.
And I went boom, and he just died. I'm like, oh, failed extract. Oops. Anyways,
People online are so dumb whenever you light a hell
Yeah.
bomb. It's like, it's going, move.
morning. Peeked through the windows of each of your private rooms in Harkhaven, where you all were made breakfast by mice and rats. The storyteller appeared in the fireplace, telling you all he was ready to whisk you away to Midsummer. However, you all had other plans and decided to instead help Torger out with his issue with the Infinite Web, the organization that was trying to kidnap him and bring him back to the fighting pits in the Underdark. You decided you'd head to that today. Today. Yes. And discovered through a chrono recall spell the night before that the area to reach their headquarters was in the harbor outside, beneath the ocean. So, with the rejuvenated Funky no longer cursing you when being used, you all water breathed, dived into the ocean, and swam down this very clear emerald green ocean and saw the ruins of a white marble city at the depths. Upon getting close, the city was revealed to be Anundial City, a city on the continent of Anundial that none of these characters really had no experience with whatsoever, actually. And while investigating the city, were attacked by a little pack of Grindylows, dealt with the pack of water goblins, and decided to check out the city for supplies, considering there might be something worthwhile in the ruins, since the city got teleported underwater. You swam to a point of interest, which was a keep, discovered the entire armada of knights that patrolled this city underwater, drowned, and some figures of import that nobody really recognized except for a bugbear girl that slightly resembled the bugbear you met a few days ago called Druck. Antyr sent them a message saying, hey, we found this bugbear girl in this city, this dead, looks like you a little bit, and which caused Druck to just respond, who did it, angrily, and that was that. So the body was taken and put inside Hildisvini for safekeeping. Keep a mental note of that. And you all decided that, okay, shit's bad here. Antyr theorized that magic dispelled at an instant when this city was shunted into the Feywild, and it might be best just to check out the sinkhole and head down into the Underdark. You all swam down into this chasm, with Antyr saying, oh, it's only going to be a minute or two to get to the bottom, but it turned up to be 25 minutes of swimming down, which is a lot. And as the water pressure increased, Hopper's green guard armor crumpled under the pressure, unusable for the moment. It could easily be fixed. Not destroyed, just unusable in the moment. You all got deeper, avoiding red gas-filled fungi Torger called torchstalk that basically detonate when approached or even touched. you proceeded through the sinkhole into a tunnel that was not submerged. Well, submerged in a way, but there was air. And you found a rubble and a destroyed wagon that seemed to have been cut in half when the, as Grin called it, the shunting happened. And you hear muffled moanings of pain, and beneath the rubble and wagon was a Duergar man who seemed to have merged and melded with the ground and surrounding rocks, and just was in immeasurable pain, stuck in this state for like 3 days. The party decided to put this Duergar out of his misery, so Grin began casting ceremony to do funeral rites, while Antyr subtle spelled a suffocate spell to choke the life out of the Duergar before kneeling down. Oh, and the suffocate spell caused an arcane surge, which poisoned Grin, so Grin is currently poisoned.
Oh, I am.
And caused a momentary lapse in the ritual. Antyr felt compelled by this entity possessing them unknowingly to the rest of the party, and knelt down, placed a hand on the Duergar's chest, and siphoned the Duergar's life force, withering them in an instant, a similar effect that Hopper had seen done in the brothel. And after rereading through my notes of past sessions, Antyr did reveal to the party that they did kill the orc in that brothel, but not how. So that isn't a secret. Hopper, confused by the affair, possibly suspicious of things, approached Antyr from behind with a hand on the hilt of their sword. The entity inside Antyr, sensing this as a threat, turned around, placed a hand on Hopper's shoulders, and surprised them with a 4th level inflict wounds, severely injuring Hopper. This caused Antyr to regain control of themselves, just as a withered, horrific, and menacing creature, reminiscent of Antyr in a way, stepped through a rift that opened just as this occurred. So, as Antyr, while under the control of some force, rounds on Hopper and places a hand on his shoulder and casts a 4th level inflict wounds. Hopper, your world shatters into an agonizing symphony of pain. It's as if every fiber of your being is set ablaze, a torment that sears through your flesh and bones. Darkness creeps beneath your fur, bruises blossoming beneath the skin like ominous clouds. Just in an instant, you're just covered in bruises. While blood oozes from your every facial orifice, eyes, ears, nose, mouth. As the pain ebbs and flows, a rift opens up beside Antyr, as an otherworldly, tall, emaciated-looking version of them steps forth, and a shadowy tendril seems to flow from the heart of this thing and directly into Antyr's chest. Antyr, a fleeting sense of control returns, just as the timeless hunger breaches the veil between worlds. Echoes of the storyteller's ominous warnings the night before reverberate through your mind of the dire consequences of feeding this insatiable entity. Let's roll initiative!
Yay! 13.
13.
Oh my god.
21 for Antyr. Okay. 27 for Hopper.
Thank god.
Not 20 though.
14.
Alrighty. So, Hopper, Antyr places a hand on your shoulder, and your body is racked with that pain. Bruises everywhere form on your body. You're bleeding out of your eyes, ears, nose, and mouth. You're in a severe world of pain, and as this entity steps, you do see Antyr kind of momentarily like shake their head like they're snapping out of something, and it's your turn.
Okay.
Antyr looking directly down at you. This entity stepping beside Antyr. So actually, it would be right about here.
This is the same day as the Grindalo fight, yes?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so I still have my Force Ballista. Cool. Antyr's right in front of me.
Jeez, I forgot about this. Hopper, as soon as this thing comes out of the rift and you're standing here, you feel a siphoning hunger pull, you
Oh,
feel like your
fuck.
vitality is pulled out of your own body and towards this creature. Hopper, you take
Oh. Oh no. Oh no.
8 necrotic damage.
Ah.
Antyr, you heal 8 necrotic damage. As this life force gets pulled into this entity, and then Antyr seems to rejuvenate slightly because they were injured.
Okay. Ow. I think I just let out a bloody cough.
Mm-hmm.
And ignite the Everthorn with green flames, and kind of like dodge under Antyr's grip where they had grabbed me on the shoulder to cast Inflict Wounds, and just kind of like spin around them to the tether, connecting them to this entity that's just appeared, and try to slash at that.
Okay. Since this is going to be a PvP encounter, I trust everybody, but I would like all rolls done on D&D Beyond tonight. Just for this.
All right.
Just because of
Yeah.
the situation.
Yeah.
The situation.
Oh, fuck me.
No.
It's only a 10 to hit.
Okay, the sword just passes through the tendril.
And then bonus action. Oh fuck. I hope I have my thing. The second wind. Yes I do. I'm gonna use second wind bonus action.
Perfect.
So that's a D10 plus 3.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, cool.
13.
Cool. Anything else?
No, I'm gonna stay there.
Okay. Antyr. This is all happening.
So, I'm currently standing behind Antyr. So I just kind of shifted around them.
Shit balls.
So, in a way where you don't invoke an attack of opportunity?
Yeah, I kind of just like swerved
Okay, cool.
behind them.
Okay, do I feel in control, or do I feel...
For the moment.
Okay, for the moment.
And this thing has stepped out. This thing you've seen a few times before.
Mm-hmm.
And it appears it's staring hungrily at your, quote, friends, allies.
Yeah.
But you are in control of yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
You get a sense that whatever choice is made here in this moment
Yep.
will greatly
Yep.
affect what happens going forward.
Yeah. That's what I'm worried about. Okay. All right.
Are you worried about it, or is Antyr worried about it?
Me as a player.
Mm.
But I have to remember that even though it is what my character, there's levels of this. Okay, Antyr is going to fuck. Okay, Antyr is going to bonus action, Starlight Step.
Okay.
Be further back. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. It's gonna appear just straight back.
Oh yeah, Torger has 2 levels of exhaustion as well.
So that is my bonus action there. I've used that. I have one more left. And I know Vonkar was making a move toward me.
Yeah, Vonkar's in the process of trying to grab onto you.
Yeah. That dark energy coalesces once again, and Antyr throws both hands out, and this black beam shoots forth, almost like pulling from a black hole, and is aimed at Vonkar.
Okay, what are you doing? What are you casting?
A ray of enfeeblement.
Oh, nice.
That is a fucking hell 29 to hit.
Yeah.
This beam just slams into Vonkar's chest and spreads.
Yeah. So Vonkar, for right now, you deal half damage with strength-based attacks.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of your turn, you can make a con save to try to break the spell. The con save. It's an 18.
Okay.
And Antyr is going to move back 5, 10, 15, 30.
I'm gonna
How
look
much
at the
movement do you got?
Oh, I could Starlight Step, which
teleported
for
and
30
then-
Oh,
feet.
that's right. That's right.
yeah. Astral elves are cool.
And I have to maintain that beam of dark energy is. There's a tether connecting me, and then there's a beam of dark energy that's connecting me with one hand that I have kind of gripped onto Vonkar at the
Sure.
moment.
Also, since you cast Ray of Enfeeblement, I need you to roll a
Oh, shit,
d20.
yeah. 5, 10, 15, 30. I'm going to go back to where I was first because I know where I'm at, just because I know this is going to be. This could be messy.
Potentially AoE based.
Yeah, 17, so I don't think.
Nope, nothing happens.
Yeah, so that puts me right back up to here. Justin should have made this a little longer.
Alright, so that'll bring us to Torger, who is 2 levels of exhaustion, so speed halved. However, it is not a dimly lit corridor. There are the torches on the walls. So, Torger. Let's half speed rounded down because there's no such thing as 23 feet, 22, so I'm rounding down to 20. Okay. Torger's gonna get there. Because exhaustion is brutal. And... oh, when you are in dim light or darkness... oh, never mind. Shadow Step, bonus action. Behind... Antyr. What's the distance on... that's actually... what's the distance on that? I think it's 60 feet. Yep.
Damn.
So...
Yeah.
didn't need to use any movement. Actually, may have needed to use movement.
I have a pretty good idea of what Torger might say.
Oh yeah, I would have needed to use movement. So yeah, teleports behind Antyr, shadows, and this is gonna be rough.
Uh,
We're gonna go for an unarmed strike. Hopefully, if that roll, did I have this set to everybody?
mm,
Yeah, that's gonna be an 18 to hit.
um. Oh. Shit. I'm gonna do. Wait, does this mean you can see if he is hit, or is this the one? Okay, after you. Okay, I'm gonna do a kernel shift
Okay.
on that one, so they need to roll again and take the second roll.
Natural 20. So you go to manipulate it, but
Oh, are you making his rolls public too?
yeah. But you know, it doesn't work out too well for you.
He shifts into the wrong timeline.
And it's a natural 20 as you just get clocked in the
Fuck.
kidneys. And that's a crit
Ooh.
for 15 bludgeoning damage. Just
Okay.
Constitution saving throw.
I need to roll a 10.
Gonna.
I rolled an 11.
Oh yeah, well the Constitution saving throw is also for stunning strike because if you go stunned, you're gonna drop.
Then I'm stunned, probably.
Yeah, it was for
Okay.
DC was 15.
Yeah, I'm stunned.
So boom, stunned. Your Ray of Enfeeblement drops.
Drops. Yep. I kind of just.
And Torger's gonna look at the others and just go, "What's always doing?" And is gonna go another attack with advantage. 23 to hit. Another kidney shot
That's a.
for 8 bludgeoning damage.
Boom, boom.
And then they bonus action shadow steps. They can't do anything else. And you're stunned until the end of Torger's next turn.
Orders and decks. Yeah.
Vonkar. Antyr Torger's teleports behind. Stuns with a kidney punch.
All right. Well, that changed my turn entirely.
You are no longer enfeebled by the Ray of Enfeeblement.
Yep. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. action surge dash. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
in
Bonus
danger.
action. Rune Knight get big.
All right, which is not a spell. That one's not a spell, so no surge.
Correct.
Nice.
Mark that off that I used that.
So you get big, and your head brushes. No, your head would just be shy of brushing the ceiling.
Okay, and then gonna go for a grapple on Antyr.
Oh wait, as you were running away, the Timeless Hunger would have done an attack of opportunity on you.
What?
I wasn't adjacent to it.
He was right there.
He was,
Yeah.
he was out of range. Or out of melee.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Who knows
Was
what the Timeless Hunger's range is?
No, it's 5 feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was on the other side of Hopper.
The other side of Hopper.
I
Yeah,
fail. Yeah, I
I-
grapple. I forget. Do you automatically fail grapples if you're stunned?
Well, it's saving throws. Is it a saving throw that I need to make?
No.
It's not. That's super weird.
Oh,
okay.
it's a-
I guess
no, wait.
you're out of it.
It's
You're
a-
not like paralyzed.
It's a check.
You'd have
Grapples?
advantage. Oh, yeah.
Grapples
Alright.
are contested checks.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
true.
Stunned,
So,
you only fail strength and dexterity saving throws for grappled.
Well, there you go.
And attack rolls have advantage, so Vonkar probably have advantage on the grapple.
I have advantage anyway. It's 26.
13.
Antyr's just like,
So yeah, now you're grappled.
All right, let's go back this way.
So-
And then Vonkar's gonna. I think his speed is halved because he's holding Antyr.
Correct.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna move one more space down and bring Antyr with him.
Perfect.
And then
interesting.
So Antyr,
Is
you're stunned and
there-
grappled.
is there like a big rock or something in this
Fuck. I forgot this as well. Start of Vonkar's turn, because you're staying within 10 feet of the Timeless Hunger, you would have taken 7 necrotic damage.
Ooh, ouch.
Antyr, you would have been healed by 7.
God.
And then it would happen to Torger as well, because Torger was also within that. Torger
I was
takes-
back to full, so it doesn't
Yeah, Torger.
even because Torger was prior to me. So
So Torger,
yeah,
took,
Torger, yeah.
took 5 damage. You would have healed 5, but
I was at full. Yeah.
okay, cool. So yeah, you grappled Antyr and you're like pulling them away.
And then is there like a relatively sizable rock anywhere from like baseball to basketball sized in this hallway?
Back towards the wagon, yeah, where all the rubble is.
But nothing like within
No,
reach
no.
over here? No? Okay. Anything of note?
Torches.
What?
Torches on the wall.
Is there one next? I think
Yeah,
there's one next
you're
to
like running. You're right next to it.
Okay. I'm gonna and then with my other hand, I'm gonna grab that and use it as an improvised thrown weapon at the what is it, Timeless Hunger? Is that what
Yeah.
it's called? Yeah.
Amazing.
All right, make an attack roll.
All right. I believe that, and I'm proficient in
You are.
improvised weapons. So
So you rip the torch off the wall and just.
yep, huck it. All right.
Hell yeah.
Crit.
Nice.
Whoa!
Hot.
It's like Aragorn throwing the torch at the Nazgul. Just
Yeah. Except that like being thrown by a 10-foot tall dwarf with 20 strength, so it's just like a
Just a
rocket.
real big Gimli.
He grabs it like he javelin throws it, so it's just like the flame goes out from how fast it's going, and the handle just goes right
that's
into the face.
awesome. Yeah, roll
what's-
damage on that.
What would you say is the damage die for?
I
a
believe
torch?
improvised weapons are D4.
Okay.
Well, if you're a tavern brawler, doesn't that change?
Oh yeah,
It
it would
means I'm
change.
proficient in them.
Well, it also increases with your size thing too.
Only-
doesn't
I
it?
do I do damage.
I'd say because it's one because it's ruling because its weapons get big, right? With you.
No,
it just
the
says
Rune
on each
Knight-
of your turns, one of your attacks with a weapon or an arm strike can deal an extra 1d6
Yeah.
damage to a target on a
Sure.
hit.
Nice.
Presumably it's just you're bigger.
I know.
so you
I
just
know
hit
they
harder.
changed it
I-
from the
yeah.
Unearthed Arcana one because the Unearthed Arcana one was broken.
That's the one that I played as.
Right,
Yeah.
So that's gonna be
That's why I stopped allowing Unearthed Arcana stuff because it's been
8 plus 5,
Poop.
13 damage. Or wait, no. Oh, that should be. Is it double dice or double the roll?
Whatever.
Okay, I already rolled it. So the 8, 16, 21 damage with a torch.
Alrighty.
That's pretty decent.
Take
That's
this
pretty
bitch.
decent.
dragging Antyr back in one hand, crits with a torch with the other.
Alrighty. Anything else? I think that's all your stuff.
No, that'll be it.
Grin, you. Oh yeah, you're like right beside this thing. You take 8 necrotic damage, and
Okay.
Antyr, you heal 8.
Ouch.
The tether just keeping you
Oh,
not
all
dead.
that damage.
But every time this thing drains somebody nearby, you can see it restoring Antyr slightly.
Yeah.
But is it restoring itself?
We haven't done damage to it. We don't know.
Oh
I
yeah,
just
got
did.
clocked with a torch.
Oh, you did. That's
It
right.
doesn't look like it heals itself. It looks like it heals Antyr.
Okay.
Self-sacrificing.
Wait, who has it attacked so far?
Nobody.
It
No
hasn't
one.
had a turn yet.
It hasn't had a turn
Nope,
yet.
it's next.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's the last in the
All right.
initiative order. It goes Grin, this thing, and then back to the top.
So, I'm about to put myself on a little bit of a sacrificial altar here, but
Sure.
here we go. That's the name of the game as a paladin.
Yeah.
I am going to use my action to lay on hands and get rid of this poison on me.
Okay, cool. Done.
Nice.
You could also now it says 5 HP. Does that mean I heal
No,
5 HP
You
as
expend,
well?
you expend
Okay,
5
thank
HP
you.
worth of your lay on hands to get rid of the
All right.
condition.
Thank you. All right, and then for my bonus action, a spell. So I'll have to roll for something, but I'm gonna use a spell to cast Sanctuary on Hopper.
Okay. Yeah, roll a d20.
So they, as long as they don't attack, something will have to succeed on a Wisdom saving throw to attack them.
Yep. Unless it's like
Uh,
an AoE effect.
Correct. But you know, we're assuming that you're not metagaming that.
Okay.
Let's see, D20.
My sanctuary.
But also this thing is
13.
a remnant of Antyr, so it may have that knowledge. 13. Yeah, nothing happens.
Cool. But so is there a when it comes to magic and stuff, is there a visible effect when these magical elements are done? Like for instance, a sanctuary spell will will it be
assume there's-
visible
I
on
assume there's,
who
like-
I cast it on?
I assume there's probably like a little bit of like a brief like flash of like the weave manifesting around them, but like I wouldn't say the sanctuary bubble is visible at all times.
Okay.
But probably like
All right.
of it coming into effect.
All right.
Or like
if-
whenever it
if-
stops an attack, maybe.
Okay. If I know
But
that,
also this thing looks like Antyr. Looks like it's from Antyr. It's most likely familiar with all of your tactics.
if I know that, I would like to use my movement to push into it
Okay.
in order to draw its attention as I do that.
Sure.
So it's more of like a if you want me to do like a deception or whatever.
Yeah,
you know,
deception.
whatever.
Yeah.
So okay. Because that's ultimately what I'm doing is I'm like jostling it in order to
Against-
make sure that it
It's insight, which is wisdom, correct?
correct.
Yeah.
You need to beat a 14.
All right, let's see. 15.
Cool. Yeah.
Nice.
You distract it by bumping into it while you cast Sanctuary. Cool. Anything else?
Come
All
so
right,
it
so
cuts
it
someone's hair
doesn't
off.
know.
No,
yeah,
it doesn't know that
that
Sanctuary's on Hopper.
it doesn't know that Hopper's sanctuaried.
No.
That is my bonus action, and yeah, I use my movement for that maneuver.
Sure.
I'm done.
It does also seem more distracted by what's going on to Antyr over there than what's currently happening in this vicinity, I will say.
Mhm.
Because, I mean, Antyr's
Okay.
under threat.
Narratively, you did say that its focus was on Hopper because they were attacked. So that's
And now
what
it's
I was going off
yeah,
of.
and now it's
Okay.
switching
But-
to over there,
Okay.
based on what's going on over
Okay.
there.
Okay.
So, just like Antyr does, this thing is going to. It is wreathed in dark glowing stars, and does Dark Star Step, and is going to teleport 30 feet away, closer to the people attacking Antyr. And
I've not attacked Antyr. I've just picked up Antyr.
I know. And it's going to unhinge its jaws unnaturally, like to the floor, and opens up a black hole in its mouth that begins sucking the life force of 60-foot cone. Oh yeah, cool. Of Torger and Vonkar. I need the two of you to make DC 18 Constitution saving throws, or Vonkar
Ooh.
and Torger DC 18, as it just begins to like siphon your life force into its black hole mouth.
Ooh. So close. It's 50-50.
Torger. 18 plus 2, 20. Okay. So Torger doesn't take any damage, which is good. Vonkar, you take 31, 21 plus 10, 31 necrotic damage. Just 31 necrotic damage.
Antyr, what the fuck?
And it's going to give 11 of that damage to Antyr to heal by. And that's, so what is it, 31, 11, it has 20 left? Yeah, and it's going to heal itself the remaining 20. Now is its action to do Siphoning Void, which it can do once per long rest. So I can't do that again. Cool. Hopper. Grin cast Sanctuary on you, and then
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's much I can do without just spelling Sanctuary.
Hey, it's up to you depending on how
yes.
much health you have. So
23 of 62.
Yeah.
your decision.
I'm higher than what I was at the start. But this thing seems pretty focused on protecting Antyr. It was 31. So I think I'm going to bonus action. I really hate that I'm just wasting the spell that Grin cast on me. But yeah, bonus action, fire, force ballista at this fucking thing.
Go for it.
That's a spell attack.
Who knows?
Plus
Who knows
7.
what would have happened if I didn't cast it on you? Who knows?
That's
It might have
true.
just turned on you and just used that same thing
yeah.
to kill you outright, which would have happened.
7 plus 7 is 14.
14 just
to
hits.
Okay, sweet.
So as it's in the process of like giving Vonkar and Torger that good suck, you catch it while it's feeding.
Yeah.
Speaking of that good suck, Justin, can you repeat the number again?
31.
Okay, thank you.
2d8
Kate.
force damage.
Torger, like, yeah, Torger doesn't. Torger, I don't know, resist being siphoned. Sorry, how much damage?
14 force damage, and it is pushed 5 feet away from me.
It doesn't. It appears immune to force damage.
Ooh.
Just doesn't seem to affect it.
And your sanctuary is dispelled.
Yep.
God damn.
Wah. That sucks.
Well, good thing I have plenty of weapons to choose from.
Use that force cannon on Antyr.
I can now that I know it's useless against
I'll do
that
that.
fucker.
So you do that.
Yeah. So many things are
Antyr
happening.
is stunned and grappled still.
I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt as an action on this thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
That
First-
is a natural 20 to hit.
Cool. Roll a d20.
Fucking gnats over here.
Yeah.
3 crits so far. Yeah.
16.
Okay. Cool.
16 on the.
So you cast
okay.
Witch Bolt.
Fuck it
Witch
up.
Bolt.
So
That is 2d12 lightning damage.
Mhm. It is a concentration spell as well.
Yes. Oh, poopy. That is
Dopamine.
9 times 2 is 18.
18.
Lightning damage.
Okay.
And then I'm
That's good.
concentrating on it.
Yep. And you can
I'm
use your
gonna
action.
like kind of.
You can use your action every turn to do d12 automatically.
Yeah.
I don't think you can
Yeah.
move inside rocks.
Oh, you're right. Those are rocks.
100%. Stone shape.
Yeah. I was
The spell
kinda
ends
trying
if
to get
you.
out of,
The
like, a
spell
lightning bolt
ends if
range.
you use your action to do anything else. The spell ends also if the target is ever outside the spell's range, which is 30 feet. So if you're ever
okay,
30
so I think
feet,
I'll get like.
if you're ever 30
I'll
feet
get
away
within
from
15
it,
feet of it.
if you're ever 30 feet away from this thing, the spell just ends.
Mhm.
Cool. And or if it ever has full cover.
You know what? You know what? Fuck this bitch. I'm gonna get up right up on his ass.
All right.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
I'm cool
All
with
right.
that.
I'm angry
I-
bunny right now.
Yeah, I
I'm
used
gonna
my
be
one.
reckless.
I used
I
my one
know.
sanctuary spell, so you know.
Antyr,
it's
you're
not happening again.
Antyr, you're stunned and grappled.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So Torger and I can speak, but falteringly.
Yeah.
Torger and Vonkar would hear, kill me, please.
Okay. Torger is gonna step up. I'm not gonna have Torger do that because I don't know if Caleb would do that. So Torger's just gonna
Did I hear correctly? And you said, "Kill me, please."
yeah, but only Torger and Vonkar heard it because he's stunned, so it's falteringly.
Faltering.
Okay.
So it was...
So
That's
instead, Torger is gonna shoot a short bow at the Timeless Hunger. Natural 20.
Jeez.
I wish I could see the feed. I can't see the feed. I'm wondering why.
And that's
Yeah,
going to
refresh
be
the roll
13 piercing damage. Man.
Damn.
Oh, Jesus. That's so many crits so far.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Vonkar, you do hear... Oh, and Antyr, you're no longer stunned at the end of Torger's turn. Vonkar, you do hear Antyr falteringly say, "Kill me, please."
Oh, stop being dramatic. Vonkar is going to bonus action Second Wind.
Okay.
Get some health back. That plus 7. All right, 10. Not bad.
Okay.
10 total.
Mm-hmm.
Heal. Vonkar's at 31 out of 71 now. And then he's gonna move 1, 2, 3, I think, to here. Bring Antyr with. And then is gonna bring down the hammer on Creepy.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. First attack. 15.
15 does hit.
Wow, okay. I'll roll the second one just in case. 15 hits, the 24 hits.
Yeah.
All right. So that's going to be that plus that plus that. I think it's the gauntlets had a D8 or D6.
It's a D6.
9. Okay.
If it's force damage, ignore it.
Oh, that's right. It is force damage, isn't it?
Yep.
I think. Yeah. One. Yep. Okay. So then just an extra D6. All right. So, oof, not great. It's like 10 total. Yeah, 10 total damage on the first hit,
Okay.
and then second hit. Okay, 13 plus a D6. Come on. There we go. 16 on the second hit.
Nice. This thing's looking pretty rough.
And I already that's action, bonus action, movement, so nothing else I got. All right,
All
that's
right.
my turn.
Grin.
Oh, beans. What's my visibility on Antyr?
In Vonkar's arms.
Right,
a big
but can
rug
what, is,
wrapped
are
by
they,
the wig.
they don't have full cover though, correct?
Nah.
Just based on the angle, I'm just trying to
Oh yeah.
get a
And
feel here.
yeah, he's facing forward, so Antyr would probably be like right there. But sharing the same space. So technically in the same space as Vonkar.
Okay.
But because of Vonkar's size, probably like tiny bit of cover. But not a lot.
Man, this is tough.
Yeah.
This is tough.
And yeah, only Torger and Vonkar heard "Kill me, please."
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I don't know what this thing's all about. So for my bonus action, I'm gonna use my Harness Divine Power and get a level 1 spell back.
Sure.
I might regret that.
That's
I could have
fine.
gotten a level 2 spell back, but we'll see.
That's fine.
My level 2 spell I can get with a short rest, so I don't know. Could be a waste. But there it is. I did it. It's done.
Perfect.
Attack. Let's see what my attack is. Man. For my action, I'm going to use sorry. I'm going to use my packed weapon crossbow.
Yep. Sure.
And I'm going to do it with the sharpshooter.
Sure.
So -5
Yep.
to the roll. And I'm shooting the evil looking thing because that's all I really have to go off of. Yeah, here we go. Natural 20.
Yeah.
That's 5. That's 5.
Damn.
Nice tell a story.
They do.
They want fucking Antyr to lose. But yeah, that's a crit, so roll damage.
All right. Well, 10 damage right out the gate.
Yep.
But then crossbow damage is max damage, so I guess 13 plus 10, 23 off of my one attack.
Nice. It had
So,
it had 6 hit points. As the shot from your sails through the air and pierces this thing, it lets out a blood-curdling scream, and it just disappears, explodes in shadow and whatever. Antyr, you feel this weight. Or if it's a weight, I don't know how Antyr feels about it, but that presence that's been with you since the ziggurat, that your friends all saw you take on.
Yes.
You all see the spectral image of that version of Antyr you all saw in the ziggurat beneath the lake, the lich you all talked to. Kind of just fleetingly soar out of Antyr's body, similar to Voldemort leaving Professor Quirrell, just and flying off. Antyr, your alignment would go back to normal.
Okay.
And the spirit floats for a minute, flying around before it disperses back into Cipher Sworn, your sentient spellbook. Just as
can we see that?
everyone sees this, and you all feel a cold wind whip up through this deep subterranean tunnel as dead leaves that couldn't be here before begin to swirl through the air and coalesce into the familiar shape of Auntie Gothel as she steps into view from out of the shadows.
Oh,
Looks towards Antyr. One secret too many,
in Vonkar's grasp.
Stunned.
No longer stuff.
No, just laid out in Vonkar's
But yeah, she
knee
approaches,
palms.
just appearing out of the shadows, this unseelie fae with ease, teleporting into a seelie fae domain. One secret too many, And her smile widens, her eyes gleaming with hunger as they fixate on Antyr.
Antyr grabs the book and just throws it at Antigothal's feet.
Cursed objects have a habit of turning on their patrons, my dear. And with a bony finger, she gestures towards the spellbook at her feet, and then towards the cloak that Torger's wearing that she gave him, and Hopper's bramblehide cuirass. All of the gifts she gave you. I see you two have also delved into my offerings, much like our dear Antyr here, and now that our connections have deepened, I suppose I can afford to reveal a few more truths. Giggles a little bit, like a creepy old lady giggle, and her grin grows more sinister as she clasps her unnaturally elongated, slender hands together. Potent magic like this always extracts its due, my darlings. The real question is, are you willing to bear that burden? And from her shawl she produces 6 hourglasses, each bearing a name from a member of the party. Antyr's is nearly depleted, with Hopper and Torger's closely following, because you two have been using yours quite a lot. Vonkar, Doe, and the creeps remain untouched, because they were all given cursed items but never used.
Yeah.
Grin doesn't have an hourglass because the helmet was for the creep.
Oh, that's valid.
Oh, so you're teaching people lessons.
In a way, yes. And then, as she's holding all these hourglasses out, what awaits when the sands of time run dry? And as she says that, her eyes widen grotesquely, like bulging more than they do already, her perpetually drooling mouth stretching into a ravenous maw, and she appears hungrier than ever before and just stands there. And she picks up the book and offers it back to Antyr.
They adjust themselves, trying to wiggle a bit out of Vonkar's grasp.
What Antyr?
Oh no, you did throw the book at her.
I did, yeah.
So, my sweet little one returning a gift? It's a dreadful little taboo, isn't it? But I could relieve you of such burdens. Oh yes, I could snatch all of your curses away, reset the very sands of time, and you could scamper off, blissfully ignorant, to continue your hunt for poor Torger's prey. Now, what do I gain from this act of generosity, you ask? Well, understand this, my darlings. I've never, ever reclaimed a gift I've bestowed upon someone. Never. But there's always a first time for everything, isn't there? And she picks the book up and puts it in her shawl.
I appreciate your gift, but I bear one already, and they gesture to the trails. Yeah, on the arms.
And looks towards Torger, and we'll let Caleb decide if he gives the thing back next session. So it's going to be in limbo right here. For that, but looks towards Hopper. So I'm gonna have Torger use it for a bit, just in case.
Yeah.
Hopper looks towards you. Do you wish to give your gift back or keep it? And gestures to your hourglass, and the sand is maybe a little under half, so it's getting there. Do you wish to keep using it, or can I have it, or do you wish to give it back?
I think Hopper has no armor on right now because he never put the Bramblehead Cuirass back on after his Green Guard armor crumpled into disuse. So I think he just pulls it off of his pack and chucks it unceremoniously on the ground. He's like, you can take your generosity and shove it. I'll have nothing to do with you. if I can help it. Damn the consequences.
I mean, Sealy. Let's go.
She
Sealy, unsealy.
She
There we
just
go.
smiles and scoops the armor up in one of her big hands, able to fit the whole of it in just one hand. Just puts it within her shawl. Well, that's a shame. I was curious to see if you'd continue using them even after knowing the cost. She frowns a little bit, kind of like an old lady pout.
Hey, what is the cost? I mean, if the hourglass gets all used up, what happens?
She, in like a blink of an eye, she seems to like appear right next to Grin, just
Oh,
instantaneously.
you're fast.
Every time you wield those trinkets, a hunger deep within me finds its satisfaction. Oh, with each use your souls wither away, a delightful feast for my insatiable appetite. And when sand has run out, and it is time for your eternal slumber, fear not being alone in the outer planes. No,
So,
you'll find yourselves at home with me.
oh, so you like feed off people's flaws.
Nods.
Oh,
And their mistakes. Essentially saying, your souls wouldn't go to the outer planes where all souls go to when people die. You'd be stuck at her in Heartrock Grove with her in her domain forever.
as a neutral fae, Grin kind of sees that as like part of the ecosystem almost.
Yeah, it wouldn't be weird to you. It wouldn't
Yeah.
seem malevolent or untoward. It'd just be, oh, okay.
I mean, like, obviously, it's not good for the people he
No.
cares about,
Absolutely not.
but
But it's not a weird thing for Fae. It's a common
Yeah.
kind of.
I mean, it's like fairy tales. They're designed to like
Yeah.
provide a lesson.
Yeah.
She smiles and says, well, I think this concludes today's business. You do wish to keep the bargain intact, yes? Looking towards Antyr.
Sure.
Perfect. You know what happens if you don't uphold your end. Your face would look good on the upholstery. And she disappears. You no longer have Cypher Sworn.
All those
Yep.
spells.
Nah,
Antyr.
Antyr's stupid.
Enter. Talk.
About.
What just happened? Come on.
Well, hold on. Let's give them
Do I
some
still-
space a minute. This seems
One
like it
second.
was intense for them. Give them a second to process.
You're the one saying to give him space, and you're the one all up in his grill, or all up in their grill.
Well, it was an intense situation, and I wanted to make sure they didn't go running off and do something rash. Now that cooler heads are prevailing, I'm not holding on to them anymore.
All right.
We fix their clothes,
Oh,
just their hair.
another thing. Last session, when you looked in that puddle, you saw the lich version of you from the lake looking back, like Dorian Gray style, just an emaciated,
Mhm.
old-looking thing looking back. You see your reflection as it is now looking back in the nearby puddles.
Okay.
And unfortunately, Antyr, your lifespan would be what it was before you started eating people.
Yup. I could take that off because I did have a separate point for that. And my HP goes back to normal.
Yeah, your HP would go back to what it was at the start of the campaign, or not at the start of the campaign, but like what it should be.
Yeah. And then one more thing. There's another additional thing. Do I lose that as well?
What?
In my
Dark Infusion, the feat?
yes.
Yes.
Okay. I will delete that then. Just so I could make some
Antyr had some
clear
shit, y'all.
space. Yeah.
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 I mean,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
figured.
Yep.
And it was so much fun while it lasted. But alas.
Antyr's gonna gently approach Hopper, but not get too close. He's gonna get about 10 feet. I owe you an apology for the actions that nearly killed you. I have learned, and I now understand that what I was craving seems almost frivolous now. It'll put you in danger. Looks around to the others, put you all in danger. I am every bit of worried for, I don't know. I had worries of things that were eventualities but not immediate, and I couldn't stop fixating on them. I see now that being timeless just it only works in other places.
Antyr, as you confess, or whatever do you want to call this, you feel a strange sensation, not a bad sensation, but like this warmth. For the briefest of moments, everyone here can see these mint green colored threads briefly manifest in the tunnel and like stretching off beyond, like through the walls and beyond, similar to the ley lines you've been seeing, the roots of the tree that Antyr talked about, or Antyr talked about, but these are small little threads, like tethers. And you can see that they're like, how many people are here? 6 people. There's like 5 people. How many people are in this fucking party? There's so many like people not here. 5.
5.
You can see there's like 5 of these little mint green faint tendrils stretching off into the vast expanse through walls, through darkness, and they slowly begin to mend and form. These 6 threads connecting to each of you seem to coalesce and form into a little bit of a more connected thread, and then that kind of image fades as quickly as it appeared, and that's when Antyr's talking about this.
While that image occurs, can I do a divine sense?
Yeah. Can you give me the specific wording of divine sense, or like an abbreviated kind of like?
Yeah. As an action, you can detect good and evil. I mean, this sound, we'll see.
Yeah.
Until the end of your next turn, you can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell, or know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that's not behind total cover. You can use this feature 6 times per long rest.
Okay. Divine
Might not
sense.
fit with any of that, but
it's not like a feeling of good or evil, but it's a feeling of you feel like you're on the right path with that divine sense. Like something good is manifesting here with Antyr like laying this bare, with you all killing the timeless hunger and not Antyr, choosing to kill that thing and not go after Antyr, not to kill Antyr, allowing Antyr the time to say these things, Antyr saying these things, Antyr taking all 3 cursed items, potentially, maybe not, a lot of this seems to be, yeah, and the defense sense also, you feel like this connection, maybe no one's aware of it currently, of this connection, but a connection is forming, and that's when you see these threads like forming into like a more tangible singular thread, but an overwhelming sense of good and being on the right path is what I'll say with that divine sense, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
that makes a lot of sense for Grin.
Antyr's going to, yeah, they're going to bend down, but they're going to offer their hand out like as a handshake to Hopper, the one who Antyr has most vehemently betrayed because they were the ones that they started this journey with.
I imagine Hopper had his back to Antyr
Okay.
for this, and then he like slowly turns around to Antyr with like, there's a lot of anger and rage, and then as he lays their eyes meet, there's hatred and mixed with disappointment, and in a low voice, Hopper just says, "Were it not for your deal with that hag, I would gut you like a fish." Do not speak to me until we get out of these caves.
Oh, I respect you. I respect that.
And he just goes over to a corner to attempt to start mending his armor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grin's gonna meet you there and cast a Cure Wounds on you, 2nd level.
Roll a d20.
Yep.
Oh no.
Also, Hopper, mending the cantrip mending will fix your armor.
Okay.
Just so you know, it's not like
Great.
destroyed or anything. It's just dented
Yeah,
in
it's
places.
just like- Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
Alright. D20. That's 13 healing. D20, 18.
Perfect. No surges.
Nice.
So 13 healing to Hopper.
Torger will. How's Hopper like? Are you looking? You're looking bad, yeah.
I'm at roughly half.
Uh,
I'm
After
a little
the
above
heal.
half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we take a rest on this wagon?
Yeah, I think we should.
Mm-hmm.
The like emaciated, withered Duergar still laying on the floor.
I don't have anything.
Or
I
give
can
us
fix
time to
that either,
talk
yeah.
a bit.
So Torger's just gonna like put rocks over top of that other Duergar and like do like a Duergar funeral kind of thing.
A cairn.
Yeah.
Better him than me.
Oh, that reminds me. Do you guys have silver?
What?
Silver. I don't carry money on me very much anymore.
I has
Uh.
31 silver.
I have 44.
I do too.
Alright, let's do a funeral for this guy.
What do you need silver for?
It's part of I need 25 gold pieces worth of silver in order to perform these funeral rites.
So specific.
Well, I mean, silver is, one of them godly metals.
Going to trust you on that.
What?
Is
That's
this-
what Papa says.
Is this one you have to like put the coins over the eyes?
No,
Okay,
funeral
cool.
rite. You touch one corpse, and for the next 7 days, the target can't become undead by any means short of a wish spell.
Perfect. I was gonna say because like the eyes have like, so the coins would just fall into the sockets if that was the case. But okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of gentle repose.
Yeah.
To
Um,
get back a spell.
So you all kind
And
of
on.
Oh, I don't have that one anymore, so I'm gonna. Do I have that anymore?
What?
I don't think I do. Timeless hunger.
timeless hunger. The spell? No, that's gone.
That's what I thought. Okay,
You never
I'm
got to
gonna
use it. It would have
that.
been really cool, but for the best.
Wait, how did? Oh, yeah.
But like every spell that was in Cypher Sworn, you don't have anymore.
I bought a fuck ton of that stuff, and yeah, Antyr wasn't stupid.
Hey guys, I got another question. Not really. He does like his little ritual with surprisingly hanging out with Noose, you know, the Archmaw. He's got some weird ideas for what a funeral rite is.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, yeah, you're right. Oh no.
So he ever so gently does a little what a surgeon might do for a facelift.
Oh,
Peels that off.
really easy. It's coming off like paper because it's all withered.
Yep. But then ever so gently says a couple of some of Noose's lines. Some of you may know them from the before. And then proceeds to help with the cairn
Okay.
of
Cool.
stones, since those are plentiful.
Yeah.
And then he'll say after, so, Torger, we just fought some vampires and stuff. I think I can make some holy water if you guys have enough silver. I can get some that might help us, depending on what we encounter down here.
I'll give you 44 silver.
Yeah, that's good. That's enough. Let's do it. All right, I'm gonna get started on this.
All right. So you start making holy water. Everybody can take the benefits of a short rest if you would like. You don't have to, but if you need a short rest, now would be the time.
Yeah, we're gonna get a 4th level spell back with my Arcane recovery.
We have not rested in a bit. Oh.
Well, we just had these
You-
two battles. That's
You
it.
just had a long rest, and then yeah, this happened.
Why are I have like half my hit dice still spent?
I know the automatic setting for that is it doesn't refresh it for you, so you just
Oh, really?
yeah. Sometimes they don't auto refresh.
I'll
So
double check that.
What do I want to?
Also, Vonkar did get dummied really bad the other day during a combat encounter when you weren't here.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that was it.
yeah.
But we had a long rest at the top of the day.
Yeah, there
might
was a
have
long
been-
rest at the top of the day, but you don't. You only get like a certain amount of hit dice back.
You get
after a long
half.
rest.
Yeah, I might not have been here for.
Oh.
I don't think I was here for that encounter.
But yeah,
Nice.
an hour or so passes in this basement-smelling tunnel.
I think the whole short rest Hopper is working on repairing his armor
Yeah.
and putting it back on, while like keeping watch down the tunnel
You know.
while the ceremony is happening.
So that'll bring us to 1 p.m. We're at 3 hours
Alright.
of travel.
Hey, how you doing, Antyr? We had a little conversation there,
Mm-hmm.
and then all this stuff blew up.
Mm-hmm.
How
Yes.
you feeling?
Just about right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to get you to this point? I mean, because we didn't really see much of you using anything. Like, what happened to get you to this point? The only thing that I saw was you use that crazy spell that you hadn't used before.
I mean, it all started at that place beneath the lake. And you know kind of how snow, once it starts to roll, it collects and collects and grows and grows and grows and then gets a bit out of hand. But it was, I mean, it was intoxicating.
So it felt good.
Of course it did.
Did it also feel bad?
No. It's alright.
I mean, there was a day there where you didn't look so good. Was that related?
I was in. Yes,
You
That
blending
once
that
really
out? Huh? I bet you didn't feel good then, huh? You got some big hangover, huh?
did. It was an understanding that I was not keeping up with what I needed to, but that is.
What do you mean? Sorry, I kind of want to understand, like, what you went through.
There was something. There was a fragment, uh, as you saw, that existed within me, just at the far reaches of my mind, my psyche, and it it was sentient. I think Cypher Sworn amplified it.
Hey, what do you mean? So you just, what, we just killed a part of you?
Not really, I mean, sort of. It's like getting an extra version. Like, it's like,
So if you do
oh,
something
Antyr
really
pulls out the
annoying-
little head of Grin.
Oh, wait, oh, okay. Wait, what? Wait,
It's
what?
probably looking a little.
So-
It's oh no, it's only like a day old. So yeah.
So, you are you as you are now, right?
Yeah.
So imagine this little piece here contains a little bit of your essence still, right?
What do you mean still?
It doesn't anymore.
What do you mean, why would it have had my essence to begin with?
Because you're you. This was you. Your
Oh, no,
prior.
it wasn't.
It
No.
was.
No.
Grin.
You're playing with me, no way.
Look, it has the same weird thing on your forehead here. Look.
No. That's like another Sprite. You kidding me?
Anyway, imagine
always
this is your
been me.
imagine this is your head.
Okay.
Okay, just play with this for me now. This
Alright.
is your head. There's a piece of your essence in this. I give that back to you, right? You consume that essence and it lingers. It is not part of your true essence, right? Is it an extra piece that you added in? That is kind of what that was.
So what part of yourself did you eat?
I didn't need any part of me.
You just told me to consume this thing. How are these tied together?
I will not go over the semantics of. I will get you a dictionary if they exist in this world.
Nah.
But yeah, I'll give you a word book. But anyway, oh. I'm not going to lie to you all. It felt great. I was achieving what I wanted to achieve.
What do you want to achieve?
Timelessness.
What do you mean, like the infinite?
I was part of the infinite.
What's that mean?
I was part of the astral plane. I ceased to worry about such things as aging and eating and sleeping and
So you just want to,
drinking.
you just want to go to the astral plane?
Sure, they replaced me by now.
Because we could, no, come on. I mean, we can keep our eyes open. Maybe we can get you back.
No, it just wouldn't be the same.
What do you mean?
When you're plucked from, chosen, you
were
willingly
plucked?
step away. I was skilled. Because of my skill, I was chosen. I was young, barely an adult. And after 300 something years, that residual knowledge of how it felt to be, I hate to use the word, but living. I know I was alive, but to actually like live and progress through life as many of you do, you just kind of forget. These short 6 years have reminded me of how, I don't know how to describe it. Just wouldn't be
Well,
the
I was
same.
saying- It's just, What are you saying? Like, does it just feel like everything's slipping away constantly?
Feels like I've learned more in my 6 years than I did any time before.
Well, tends to happen when things don't stay still.
I don't know. I was used to things being still quiet.
I wonder what that's like.
I don't think anyone of their sound mind would make it.
Antyr, as
Mhm.
you ponder on these thoughts and think and talk about consuming other selves and all of this, you are given a glimpse of a place that is erased from existence kind of in this moment. A trail walked down seemingly has erased another. You see the emptiness, the place where you went when you consumed the orc sailor in the brothel. You see that place, you see that version of Antyr that was there that you consumed called the Caretaker. You see the members of the Funky Casuals that member of that version of Antyr consumed for the lust of power. And you get a sense that was the road you were heading on, that your friends with you here and now would have been just morsels for you to feed upon for your immortality. Grin probably didn't taste too great.
Sour candy.
But as
Sour Patch Kid.
you get a glimpse of talking about things, and it's kind of in tandem with that thread manifesting and getting almost whole and singular, that reality, that version of a possible reality, crumbles and fades and is erased. The version of Antyr that was in the ziggurat, all those other collections of Antyrs that they had collected from these other realities, the truth you learned of divergent realities coalescing and forming into one because of the infected ley lines, these world trees that are sick because of the infected ley lines. One by one, a lot of these divergent realities in this moment kind of collapse and fade. And you get a sense whatever happened here now, this conversation, has put things on a specific path, but you're unsure of the destination. But something today has very much fucked with the threads of fate and the fabric of it all.
Andrew's gonna stand up.
But you do know deep down, maybe, perhaps, that what happened today was definitely for the best. And who knows what will happen tomorrow.
We all ready?
I mean, I'm ready, kinda, but we'll have to have some more talking tonight. Or how do you even tell what time it is or when to sleep?
Oh, I know
down
natural.
here?
I can tell the time by looking at the rocks.
Oh, okay. That's fucking
There's-
awesome.
There's no sunlight. You just get tired when you get tired down here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You tell time by the vibes.
The sleepy vibes.
Rock vibes.
But you all
Exactly.
you all finish your short rest and start walking away from this wagon, down this rocky road, the tunnel, and it continues onwards and slowly begins to descend more and more. The purple torch is built into the walls, providing the only sort of light aside from the occasional piece of inedible bioluminescent fungus that begins to appear. As you continue to get deeper and deeper, the torches become rarer and rarer. Uh, Echoing what Torger said, when you start getting deeper into the Underdark earlier today, that light is a beacon to the things that live down there. They're drawn to it because they don't need it. So Torger once again, oh, no lights, caution, use it only sparingly. Vonkar, I don't know if any memories will surface as you descend deeper down, but I guess we'll find out. The air begins to get a very cold dampness to it, a clinging sort of feeling, and the stale smell of some place old, damp, and dark. Mold and mildew are the most prominent scents here. And that smell and this feeling of like cold, damp cold, like uncomfortable underground dampness, continues for a bit. And at some point, not too long, but like 20 minutes or so, the last torch is now 200 feet back. There are no more of these purple torches ahead. You are now fully entering absolute darkness. Anyone with dark vision, which I think is the whole party of hoppers wearing the goggles, you can see two roads branching off from this main road now. Around each tunnel entrance are words carved into the stone in Undercommon that Vonkar and Torger could read. The left tunnel reads, Cocoon, 47 miles. Torger would explain, oh, that's where they are? And the right tunnel reads, Leith Doran, 24 miles. To the right. Which is, Torger just don't recognize that one.
Before we go too much further, I want to ask, because I had forgotten, what did we end up doing with Arthur?
He stayed behind with the storyteller in his palace.
There we go.
He's like, nope,
Thank you.
Underdark, nah, probably not good for me.
Yum num. Num 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 num.
Yeah, he's at the storyteller.
Cool, thank you.
So Torger will start leading the way down the left tunnel towards Cocoon.
Well, this isn't good. I mean, it's kind of good. We're on the right track. That looks familiar, right? So, do you know what we can expect down here? I mean, outside of vampires and spiders and
spiders, umber hulks, mind flayers, beholders, hookors, catoblepuses,
I don't know half the words.
cloakers, dark mantles.
Have you guys noticed or heard about?
Vonkar's probably heard about most of those. Beholders, yeah, for sure. Mind flayers, absolutely. Aboleths, Duergar.
Does holy water work on all of those?
No, just vampires.
Alright.
As Torger explains what to expect down here, perhaps. Purple worms. After about 3 hours of travel, the tunnel road twists and turns quite frequently and branches off onto smaller roads, making it quite easy to get lost, but Torger seems to remember the way. The road does come to a narrow section about 3 hours into this trek, and a large chasm opens up before you, and the road narrows to about 8 feet wide as it skirts along the tunnel wall and edge of the chasm. Before it begins to cross over the chasm as the bridge narrows to 5 feet wide over the chasm. And after about 15 feet of this bridge, you're not on it, you can see that most of the stone bridge has collapsed and fallen into the chasm, and there is no other way forward. Torger would say, oh, it's supposed to be a tunnel. Other side, keep going. and you can see near the edge of the chasm a cluster of rope knotted around a python can be seen near the closest edge to the chasm, with a portion of the rope tossed over the side. And the inner wall of the chasm are rough, providing tons of handholds and footholds. And judging by the rope, the last people to come through must have climbed down or up.
Oh, it's on our side.
Yeah, it's on your
The
side.
bundle's on. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like the
And is,
bridge, like it looks like the ceiling collapsed and caved in, took out half of the bridge, and then completely just demolished any tunnels that would lead from here beyond.
Looking over the edge. How far down?
You don't see a bottom.
If you guys want, I can fly down and see what we got down there.
Yeah, okay.
All right. I'm gonna be slow about it. Okay. So get comfy. Don't hit each other. Don't kill each other. I'll be right back.
And you fly down.
Yeah.
Okay.
You straight like along
Yeah.
the rope.
Okay.
And I want to kind of pay attention to the rope, see if there's anything that the rope might tell me on the
Okay.
way down.
So as you fly down, you can see it isn't just one rope. It's 100 feet of rope, and then another rope's been knotted around the bottom of that rope, and it just keeps going down. It's like rope, 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 rope. Like they've used multiple ropes.
Jeez.
So you get to 100 feet, 200 feet, 300 feet, just flying down.
That will be exhausting for anybody climbing.
Yeah, 300, 400, 500.
That's awesome.
600, 700,
God.
800, 900.
These guys must have been carrying like
And as you're flying down, yeah, 900 feet down, and it's 9 ropes so far.
yeah.
However, the last rope, it's frayed, like it's been cut in half, right in the middle. So the last rope, the 900 feet rope, would be cut off about 850. Just,
Okay.
do you keep going?
I want to pay attention to that slice.
It's a very,
and
it's
look
it's
at
a
the frayed part.
very cleanly sliced, barely frayed. Like,
Okay. Does it look like that the slice that would have cut it has left any marks on the surrounding stone?
No.
Like that type of
No.
cut, or is it okay? So it seems like it was explicitly placed on the rope.
yeah, and the rope is snug to the wall, like right up against the wall.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there should be marks on the wall, but there isn't any. The rope has
Okay.
just been cleanly cut in half, this last rope, and it's still darkness below.
Okay. I'm going to give myself. I want to be stealthy for this next
Yeah,
part,
sure.
and I would like to give myself 10 minutes tops, and then I'm heading right back up.
Alright, so you're still going down then, stealthily?
Yeah, but kind of slowly. I'm being as careful as possible.
Give me a stealth check.
Okay.
You guys just you don't see Grin after about like, what's the furthest dark vision that somebody has? 120?
Probably, I think for me and
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
100,
me and-
120 is probably the max for everybody.
Mhm.
After about 120 feet, Grin just disappears. But And-
19 on the dice for a 26 on the stealth.
But with Grin's size, I'll say the wings now do kind of have a faint buzzing to them that's echoing up the chasm. And what's the stealth check?
26.
26. Okay, so you keep going down.
19
then.
on the dice.
Okay.
So
After, just as you pass the bottom of that frayed rope, you pass through what feels like a soft, wet membrane, but there isn't. You don't see one. It just feels like that. Like you're pushing through placenta. Like you're breaking through
Ooh.
a layer of scum on the top of a lake, like when you jump into something that's like a
Oh.
film.
yeah. No. So like, I don't know if you guys have ever like swam in a lake.
Yeah, it's
But like, the top of the water can be warm, and once you breach like a certain part of it, like if you
It
dive
gets cold.
down,
Yeah.
it gets like you feel like a cold layer.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's almost instant.
Yeah, it's
And I'm imagining the inverse of that.
Yeah,
how
it's
just like kind of bleh.
it's like you're passing through a soft, wet, membranous film. Like you can feel it but don't see one. And as you break through, there was nothing there, but you feel a brief little tingling sensation, and there's a flash of red light. Everybody sees that from the chasm edge, a flash of red light about 850 feet down, a flash of red light that just goes. And Grin, as that
Yes.
flash of light consumes you, you find yourself splashing into 5 feet, or falling, not falling, but like, I'll say falling about 5 feet, because you're caught unaware. You fall 5 feet into a frigid body of water. The chasm you climbed down from is a mere pinprick of light from like the bioluminescent fungus above, is a mere pinprick of light far, far, far above at a great distance. You're in a massive underground cavernous chamber that stretches as far as your dark vision allows. And you're in a lake. And by looking up, the way you came is easily miles up. Whatever you passed through seemed like a doorway and just went and sent you elsewhere. Everybody else just sees the flash of red light as Grin descends, and then that's it.
So it's almost like it's either I got knocked out for a certain amount of time and fell and regained consciousness before falling, or I was somehow teleported in that flash, and now I'm much deeper than what I thought I was.
Yeah, you're. How good's your nature check? How good's your nature?
I am not proficient in nature, and my intelligence is +0.
Okay. You're really far down. Like again, the chasm is a pinprick, which is
My survival's +1.
Make a survival check.
Okay.
But everybody else, yeah, you just see a flash of red light. What you see, the light you would see Grin. I assume everyone's like looking over, right? Just keep an eye on Grin. Yeah, as soon as that red light manifests, you see Grin just disappear. Like you can see Grin in the middle of that red light, and then Grin just is gone.
Grin's wings kind of like catch light anyway. In
Yeah.
a certain
What'd you get?
fashion. 18.
That pinprick's about 2 miles up. So the ceiling
Good
of
to
this
know.
the ceiling of this cave is 2 miles up.
It would take me probably 40 minutes to fly up that far.
You're very deep in the Underdark now.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody else sees that flash of light, and you do all see Grin just. Like as soon as the light manifests around Grin, it's just bye. Like there's no semblance of Grin in the chasm.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a break and
Okay.
let everyone else like figure out what they want to do for a moment.
Shit.
So yeah, the four Torger, Vonkar, Hopper, and Antyr just look over the chasm as Grin just disappears with that flash of red light about 850 feet down. Torger will click the boots, the little winged boots, and go, I'm going to go see if they're okay. And Torger's going to
Please do.
start flying down. And after about 850 feet, there's a a flash of red light, and Torger disappears.
Looks at the other two.
I think Hopper's just kind of like looking over the edge. And then looks over to Vonkar and just nods and starts climbing down the rope.
Yeah, Vonkar will join.
All right. The two of you need to make athletics checks as you climb the rope. Are you using the rope or the handholds on the cave side, the chasm side? Rope or the handholds? and
Rope's
footholds?
probably easy, right?
Mechanically,
Are
probably.
we able to use like a combination?
Rope. The rope is up against the
Mm-hmm.
cavern wall, so it's used in tandem with the handholds and footholds, or you can just choose to use one. Like you could just grab the rope and whee, but rope burn sliding
Yeah.
that far down would suck.
But gauntlets.
I mean,
True.
yeah.
Is that if Vonkar just gonna grab the rope and fireman slide down it?
Yeah, sure.
That's an athletics check. Still,
All right.
just to like, yeah.
That one for a 12.
12 is the DC for using the rope.
All right.
So
Couldn't
you
fail.
start sliding down, and you can feel like the gauntlets are like.
Oh God.
So Vonkar's fireman sliding down this rope, pretty fast. You start to pick up some speed.
Woo!
Hopper, are you climbing down or doing what Vonkar's doing?
I'm gonna climb down.
Okay, it'll take you. It looks like it'll take you some time to reach the depth of where the others disappeared.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Justin, bear with me for this. But
Okay.
Antyr still has air bubble. It's 24
Yeah.
hours. Antyr also has the hideaway sack.
Correct.
Air bubble gives me.
Yeah, I get it.
Antyr is gonna, as Antyr jumps off the edge in a flourish, the hair flies. They're gonna grab the hideaway sack and just pull it over their head.
All right.
And so they.
Make a sleight of hand check to see if you can like actually get yourself into the hideaway sack while you're falling.
Okay, the 16.
16. Yeah. Hopper, you're carefully climbing down. You
Yeah.
can feel a lot of tension in the rope as Vonkar's weight is just like, like
Yeah.
speeding down the rope. So the DC for you, I'll say the DC for you using the rope is going to be a little higher than it was for Vonkar.
Shit.
Because it's like moving all over the place.
Yeah.
You see Antyr fall past you and just climb into the hideaway sack, and the bag just plummets.
Spreak.
Yeah, athletics check. The DC for this is going to be a 15, not a 12. 2?
2.
Okay. You lose grip on the rope from the shaking,
Yeah.
and you plummet. You fall 500 feet automatically when falling.
Can I try and just like lean? Because Hopper's tiny. Can I just try and lean out and just like, especially since I'm also kind of like at a controlled plummet. Like,
Yeah.
It would be the speed differential wouldn't be too
No.
big. Could I just like reach out and try and grab Hopper?
Yeah, Hopper will take bludgeoning damage landing in your hands, though, because falling onto another creature, and they are plummeting.
But since
if
I'm
I,
also
if I see
falling,
Vonkar,
like...
Yeah,
if I see
they're still
Vonkar holding
coming.
his hand out,
Hopper's
can
still
I cast
coming.
Featherfall to slow my fall?
Oh, if you use a feather
Oh.
fall, never mind.
You can cast
Yeah.
Featherfall. Roll a d20. So you see Hopper falling, cast Featherfall on themselves, and then just begins to very slowly fall.
All right.
This will not cover your descent. Oh no, it'll cover your descent down.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll a d20.
Minutes.
11.
Cool. So you start slowly falling as Vonkar just continues to whee. Vonkar, you get to where the rope ends, not knowing that it ends, and just you're no longer holding onto rope. And as soon as that happens, you feel yourself pass through a soft, wet membrane.
Oh.
And then flash. Everyone's Antyr, you don't see anything. Hopper, you see a flash of red light down below because you're falling much slower.
Yeah.
You see Vonkar sliding down the rope, and then flash of red light. Vonkar's gone. Antyr, yeah, you just. Grin, you see Torger appear, falls 5 feet into the lake, looking around confused. Then you see, a couple seconds later, Vonkar appear and splash into the lake. Then you see a purple bag just splash into the water and then begin to sink. Antyr, not aware that
Take it
you're
out
in a
of the bag.
lake. So yeah, Grin, you just see a purple bag with some weight to it, splash, and then begin to sink under the water. And then 5 feet every 6 seconds. Yeah, there's gonna be some time before Hopper shows up.
Is that an artificer spell for Hopper?
It's 60 feet every 6 seconds.
Right.
I believe
That's
it's
still gonna be some time.
Spider.
So it's like 10 feet
Okay.
a second.
Yeah,
I was
I
gonna say-
have Featherfall through Arcane Archer.
So like
Okay, I was gonna
5
say, it would
minutes.
be really
5
funny if it
minutes?
was through artificer and your material component for it was an umbrella.
Oh my God! Just
Just Mary Poppins.
It
right?
was.
Yeah.
Originally, it was an Artificer spell, but,
But
Okay.
Hopper
but
has yet to appear. But yeah, there's Vonkar, Torger, purple bag now
Who does?
just sinking.
You guys came back to me. Thanks. Where's everyone else?
Where's Antyr?
Yeah, where's Antyr?
I could live in this fucking bag forever.
And it's like,
I
oh, this is
could.
comfy.
Like just floating in ethereal space and nothingness.
I'm home.
I'm home. Yeah.
Until I don't know.
No, because I could keep re-upping
All right.
air bubble. Live my days.
Is there anything else in the hideaway stack? Does it have a weight?
No.
Did I say it had a weight limit? I don't remember.
No, it just can carry one
Creature,
medium
right? Yeah.
creature. But no, it would have been empty by now.
Oh yeah, so you're just by yourself in there, stinking. Did I say actually? What did I say? What's the weight on it?
It's a pound.
Oh,
While
yeah.
inside, the sex appearance does not change, nor does its weight, and the only way to determine blah blah blah. But yeah, it's a pound
I think a
of,
pound would sink.
of silk.
It's Antyr's contemplation bag.
Yeah, and it's also the bag like getting wet, so
Yeah.
just the bag
Did
sinking.
it? Was it? Who dropped that bag? Was that? Are
Hopper.
we still waiting on Antyr or Hopper? Or
Hopper's not here yet. So yeah, Torger's like, I saw Hopper climbing. No, I didn't. I was first.
Vonkar? What'd you see?
I mostly just slid right down. I didn't see much of anything. I saw Hopper falling, but then they took care of that, so they're all good.
All right. Wait. So we didn't see Antyr. Oh, I bet they had something good in that bag. Maybe more of their secrets.
So you below the surface, you can see the bag is just sinking and sinking. You don't see a
Yeah.
bottom to this lake either, but as
Yeah.
you get below, as you put your head under the surface of the water, you do see something, probably the largest thing you've ever seen. The best way to describe what you see is a lamprey-like mouth the size of a house disappear into the darkness as the bag just continues to descend.
Oh God, that's like having a happy day at the beach or in the water, and then you go under the surface and you just see like a shark go by, and it's just like
Yeah, a lamprey mouth the size of a house just there before it just kind of disappears into the darkness, and the bag just continues to sink.
Yeah, Grin's going after that bag.
All right.
Just to make sure that nothing valuable is in it.
Make me an athletics check to see if you can catch up to it.
All right. Athletics. I'm not terrible at that. Well, I say that. That was almost a 2. Oh, 14.
14. You catch up to the bag and grab it,
Oh.
and you guys will still have water breathing on too. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
so you swim back up. At this
Yeah.
point, Hopper appears, slowly falling into the water. Kabloop.
Oh, there you are.
Hey guys, I gotta say. Oh, you made it. Hey guys, I gotta say, thanks for coming for me. I didn't know, I didn't know what was gonna happen though, and you guys saw something weird happened around that frayed rope.
There's a big flash of light.
Yeah, it's scary. And I also saw something pretty scary in the water, so, we should probably be careful about that. And you see, like, Grin just, like, not in the water anymore. He's just, like,
Torger will
flying
also
above it.
Torger will also come out of the water with the winged boots. But yeah, everybody can, except for Antyr, everybody can see that the way you fell is about 2 miles up, and you're in the middle of a lake, and you're just in the middle of a underground lake, and you can see as far as your dark vision allows, but you do see a shore in one direction that's pretty close by.
So I want you guys to know that I'm really happy that you guys came after me.
Yeah, of course we did.
Yeah. I mean, there's weird magic stuff happening, but.
Noticing that
Where's
Antyr
Antyr?
hasn't come, noticing that Antyr hasn't reappeared out of the bag, I'm just gonna say, at least you wouldn't stab us in the back.
Oh,
Or
well,
would
who's to say what they would or wouldn't do on a bad day?
Torger, Hopper, you did say you'd kill all of us, though. If we got
Yeah,
in the
I
way of your
did.
goals.
That is true. You did say
So
that.
maybe you can't be judgmental
Yeah.
about this.
Stones and glass houses.
Just throwing that out there.
At least I have not acted upon my threats yet. Antyr's in the bag, by the way.
Oh, well, there we
Oh,
go.
this bag? Grin's gonna open it. Antyr, show us your secrets.
Answer, you just see you see a hole open up in the extra dimensional space and just see Grin's head looking in.
Mostly his teeth.
But Answer,
Show us your secrets.
Grin, as you're looking in, Antyr's just kind of relaxingly whatever in there.
swimming toward the opening.
Grin, you can see something below Antyr in this bag,
Oh my god.
reaching out.
Antyr, you better hurry up. I think there's something behind you.
Grin,
I'm coming.
Grin,
don't,
you
don't
see
worry.
a shadowy face obscured by like long black hair and two white orbs, and and possibly long arm reaching out for Antyr's foot.
Antyr, take my hand. And he's gonna
Take
shove
the
his
hand.
hand in there.
They
All right.
say it.
Antyr, you feel fingers just graze the bottom of your boot before you're pulled out of the hideaway sack, and that's where we're going to go to break. And we'll be back here in
Ooh.
10 minutes for the rest.
Antyr almost got by the bag man.
The bag
So, like,
man.
Justin just
The
said
bag
no.
man.
Justin said no, bitch. You can't.
So, you all have teleported into a lake. The lake is deep, dark, and strength-sappingly cold. The shores of this lake are covered in glowing fungal vegetation, which provides some sort of distant light. And on the shore, you can see about 5 pale, hunched humanoid figures, kind of scuttling about like Gollum. You can't make out much detail about them, but they're very, very pale, almost milk white, and completely hairless. Scuttling around and digging through this sandy shore. The sand is like a deep, dark purple.
Interesting.
One of the things that's scuttling around just goes, lets out a shriek, and pulls a massive crab out of the sand, causing the others to flock towards the singular one, leap onto it, and begin ripping it apart, including the crab.
Oh no! I was like, good for that guy.
So you all see that before the rest of the surviving ones start running off into the darkness with the sundered body parts and crab. And
Torger, what is that? What were those?
I don't know. Jutting out.
Dolls?
I don't know. Jutting out into this lake about 300 feet away from you is a rickety dock in a severe state of disrepair and no boats. And in the far distance, the way you're facing, you can see just a blip on the horizon. And there really isn't a horizon down here, but just a blip in the far distance is a slowly pulsing mint green light, similar to that of the ley lines and all the weird arcane surges that have been happening.
Guys, whatever decision we make, we should probably make it quick because there's a monster beneath us that
Yeah.
looks dangerous as heck. So, yeah, I say we get moving real quick.
Speaking of
good
which,
plan.
Hopper, you feel something big brush against you underwater.
We should get to moving. No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, where are we going? Torger?
The shore?
Yeah, sure. Closest one. Let's go.
Where that thing got ripped up?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. They're gone.
You all swim to the shore. You all do feel something brush under you underwater simultaneously. Something big just. Who's all hurt and bleeding? Anybody not at full hit points?
Grin's out
Yeah.
of the water. He's flying.
Yeah, you and Torger are fine. Anybody
Yeah.
not at full hit points?
I'm not
not
full.
I think I'm not. Yeah, I'm down by 8.
Antyr, what about you?
I'm full.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
cool. Vonkar. Pick a number between 1 and 6. That's your bad luck dice.
3.
Roll a d6.
Okay. 2.
2. Cool. It doesn't do a trial bite to see what you are. And you all eventually.
A trial bite.
Haha.
That's what sharks do.
Yeah, like, oh, what's this, chomp? You all swim and mixture of flying safely reach the shore. It's a dark purple, almost black, and splashes of bright yellow bioluminescent blood cover the sand where that one creature was torn apart by its fellows. Strangely, none of them left tracks behind in the sand. But you did see them sculling around and moving, but they didn't leave behind any footprints or, like, disturbances in the sand. But you all do. You can all see your own footprints and disturbances in the sand, but those things didn't. 4 strange, pale, bioluminescent blue fungi grow out and from underneath rocks scattered about the shore. The fungi would be familiar to Torger, and explains that it is a common food source in Duergar and a delicacy known as Zukuth. However, any non-Duergar that ingested any amount of this type of fungus would become overwhelmed with immediate excruciating pain as their hearts stopped and they died. No antidote, no remedy, no saving throws. Nothing. Nothing could counteract the effect of these mushrooms, he explains, not even creatures with natural resistance or immunity to poison. But somehow, Duergar are the only creatures capable of eating them, in Torger's experience, as he explains. And then, yeah, more pulses emit from that mint green light in the distance, and the faintest semblance of a walking trail stretches out the deep darkness.
I would like. Grin is going to take into account that these things didn't leave tracks,
Yeah.
and if Grin gets a sense or sees any of them in the future,
Yeah.
he wants to immediately do a divine sense. So he's just locking that in.
Sure.
So if we see them again, that's like the first thing he's gonna do.
Okay.
Just figured I would put that out there.
Torger immediately eats the 4 mushrooms. Just
All right, let's go to eat.
for me.
Do we know?
He explained what they do. That they
Oh,
kill.
oh,
that
okay,
anybody
okay,
who
okay,
eats
yeah,
them
yeah,
dies
right,
instantly.
Sorry, thanks.
And Torger immediately just eats all 4. Oh, I haven't had those in a long time.
I'll hold it up, I guess. Anybody like using poisons on their things? I mean, if this thing is dangerous to anything but Duergar, seems like it would be good for
Oh,
taking someone out, right?
didn't think of that. They're in my belly now. Maybe we'll find more.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, like this. Yeah, so then there's also like bioluminescent yellow blood just splashed where that thing was ripped apart in the sand.
Looking at the blood
Yeah.
and knowing, I mean, I would normally leave this to Torger, but
Yeah.
you know, do we get the inclination that the bioluminescence is of a fungal nature or something something else?
You don't really know. It just weird bioluminescent blood.
It's,
No,
just,
really.
it's just shiny. It's bloomy.
It's like a
like
dimly.
incandescence.
It's like a dimly glowing like radioactive, glowing like blood,
Okay.
like
Cool.
bright yellow.
Oh. Oh.
Banana
Grin's gonna
banana
take
yellow.
out a torch. Grin's gonna take out a torch and rub the end of it on the blood.
Nothing happens.
Well, I mean, like it's gonna be bright.
The blood just kind of
Yeah.
like sizzles.
Oh, does it stay on the torch like as like a light?
Oh,
almost?
the torch
Is it
isn't lit.
luminescent?
Yeah, and it destroys the torch because the blood's acidic.
Oh.
So your torch
Okay,
is
let me -1 torch. I got you.
like it just immediately
no.
starts eating through the wood down to like rapidly like moving through the wood grains and
Good
just
to know.
very very acidic.
that's bad. Do we see the effects of that on the sand now? Now that we've got
It's not
that.
doing anything to the sand.
Oh.
Could Antyr kind of scoop some blood up in a glass vial?
I mean, vials are made for holding acidic things, so you can
Sure.
scoop
I
some
will
up.
scoop a doop some up.
All right, it's just you can call it whatever you want, but statistically, it's acid in the equipment.
So I got a vial of acid.
Yeah, but it's not acid, but it is acid.
Acidic.
It's acidic blood.
Perfect.
That came from the one that got ripped apart.
You said that this was like, is this a sand or rock?
It's
or...
it's like a dark purple, almost black sand.
Okay. Can I take some of that? If it's immune to acid, that sounds interesting.
You have a little thing of sand. Do you have anything to put it in?
Oh no.
I'll
Grin
give
does not
Grin
have
a
an
vial.
inventory space.
Then,
Take a vial.
Yeah. I'm like,
Give it a
that
vial.
looks interesting. Yeah.
all right,
Just
you,
scoop of
you have
it.
a vial of dark purple, almost black sand.
Yeah, Andrew, you take this. I'm sorry. I I was just curious. It was
All right,
weird.
add it to my alchemy pouch.
And yeah, just you see the dock nearby, rickety, not in use, and then a walking trail kind of heads through the darkness in the direction of that mint green pulse in the distance, and in the direction where those things scampered off to.
This place has a dock.
Yeah, there's if we're in the Underdark, there's settlements and cities down here. We're deeper than. Oh, no.
So does that mean that there are settlements and boats that would travel along this water?
Mom was he wouldn't really know because his only experience is like weird little villages.
Pocket areas, yeah.
But Antyr, your knowledge of history and stuff, yeah, there are Underdark settlements. The deeper you go, though, the less you want to. If you're outside of the Underdark, the less you want to be seen near or in those settlements, because the deeper you go, it's more and more just nightmarish.
Right. Just stay alert and on guard. I think we are fairly deep and deep enough to where we are even less of the norm. Even, I would say, even so far as
Judging on those
eventually you
things.
keep vigilant.
You know the lowest area of the Underdark is the Lower Dark, which is 10 miles down. And it's an area of the Underdark where those who know the Underdark and are familiar with it refuse to go. And that deep is where things get real bad. And
Okay, so that's common knowledge.
that's common knowledge for Antyr. No one else would probably have that knowledge.
Oh, okay.
Vonkar may have, but that's probably just jumbled.
Just we're deep enough now to where it's just very it's bad altogether, so I think we just need to get moving and stay alert.
All right.
Yeah, Andrew, essentially the Underdark is a world in of itself, essentially. It isn't, but it could be.
Pretty much, yeah. Right. Keep light to a minimum. To a 0 if we can.
Yeah, after Torger
keep
ate those
moving.
mushrooms that were glowing, the light went away, and occasionally it's just that dim green light, pulsing light in the far, far distance.
I was just imagining Torger farting and light coming out.
Yeah, Torger farts and a little flash of light goes.
Little beacons.
Yeah, there's a dock.
You said there was a trail?
Yeah, there's like a
leading?
faint walking trail leading from the dock and stretching into the darkness towards that light, and then where those things scampered off to, same direction.
Alright.
But it looks like this walking trail comes to this dock.
Is that Torger?
Yeah.
I mean, we aren't going exactly where we need to go. Do you know the best way, to get to
Not
where we're
for.
trying
I've
to
never
go?
been this deep before. I don't know where I am.
But we do need to find a way back up.
Yeah.
It's not the way that we came.
Yep.
Alright. Alright, I guess that's the goal then.
Hey, well, if we all keep farting, we'll float up.
Maybe. Here, let me give it a shot.
Hot air rises. No.
No.
Do you all check out the dock, or do you just follow the trail?
If
I
there seems of anything of interest around the dock, then
It's still like
poke around.
it's like a couple. It's like 50 or so feet away, but it looks like it's run down. There's like some broken, unusable like rowboats that are kind of like sunken just below the surface of the water.
Antyr will still go over there
Okay.
and check through just to see if there's anything of note.
Yeah, the dock is ruined, no longer in use, and is scattered with years of filth, dirt, dark purple sand, and fish skeletons. And you can see the end of the dock. It stretches about 50 feet out into the lake, and a good portion of the dock is missing, and it looks like something big bit the end of the dock off.
Ah,
Like there's a huge bite mark taken out of the end of the dock. And at the end of the, do you explore up to that point or no?
I won't walk that close.
Okay. How close do you get, if at all?
Like 15 feet
15
from
feet?
the edge.
Um, Resting kind of right near that is a little bucket, like a bucket made of like the surrounding materials you could find this deep.
Right.
That's filled with very old skeletons of fish. There's a fishing pole that's been snapped in half. Clearly, somebody was fishing at this point, and something just went, and then
Took out whatever it was.
and took the entire like end of this dock off in like one bite.
We go to do the Magus Reach to scoop up the bucket.
All right, it's just full of skeletons, like fish bones.
Tosses it back.
Kaploosh.
And then runs back to the group.
Right, as you toss it in the
Hustles
water,
over.
there's like a whoosh. You all can see like a disturbance in the water, like the entire like a massive portion of the lake water displaces and comes up onto the shore a little bit, like 20 feet into the shore, just, and then it doesn't surface. Whatever, that's fine. But
Angela
something
will make
big
her way
enough to
back
cause
down.
like a good portion of the lake water to like displace. Oh, we should
Yeah,
go
we
in there
definitely-
and pet it.
No, we should leave it alone.
Oh,
It was a healthy experiment, but I think we need to follow the trail in this direction. I think.
all right. I don't know where else we're going, so.
Neither do
Well,
I.
we just need to keep track of what goes up. And we just need to go up.
Okay.
You said this is the light is just a reminder. It's mint green light.
Same color as the ley lines and
Yep,
all
okay.
these weird like arcane surges before they happen. It's been like mint green light. Yeah, every time there's like an arcane surge and you guys cast a spell, it's a mint green flare before the effect comes into place.
Yeah, keeping note of
Also,
that.
we very recently got a very positive vibe from the mint green
Mhm.
twines
That you all saw briefly like
becoming interlaced.
snaking out of each of you. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're
Keep it-
following the trail
keep it
then.
in the notes.
All right. You're at 6 hours of total travel. That's including the swimming and walking. So you got 2 more hours of walking before you enter exhaustion territory from the forced march. Keeping in mind that Torger's at 2 levels of exhaustion.
Keeping his voice to a whisper.
Which is a good idea to do this deep in the Underdark.
Hey, Vonkar. Where's Cornelius?
The last you saw, Baba Yaga said she could save. Just in case, hey, if you guys forgot, or specifically you, Sam, Baba Yaga said she could keep him safe when you guys went to do something. I think it was, I can't remember what, but she hidden him away and said, "I'll keep him safe for the moment," and teleported him away briefly, but don't know where.
Yeah, not really sure. I think Baba Yaga's got him. He's probably doing all right.
Well, I'm kind of curious if. I mean, we got the Hills V, the bar bag. I wonder if. They put him in there.
But Hilda's Vini was Antigoto's bag, not Baba Yaga's.
Uh,
Hilda's Vini, is there a displacer beast in your belly? No. I think I'd remember if I ate one. There's a lot of shoes in here, though, and people. You want people right now?
Oh, that's all right.
Okay.
I think we actually put one in there ourselves.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll put
But-
that one in the compartment where I don't digest things.
But, Vonkar,
Mm-hmm.
maybe this is a conversation for bedtime, but you mentioned how the last few or couple hundred years had been really bad for you, and that what was happening now was kind of a cakewalk compared to that. I'm using my own words on it, but I just wanted to ask you if what that was all about, and if I don't know, you wanted to share anything about that.
Well, I don't exactly like to revisit it much, but well, you see this, and he'll highlight the amulet that no one has ever seen him take off,
Yeah, it's like a sunburst looking amulet.
with giant runes etched into it.
Yeah.
Well, without this, I can't exactly be up and about.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm pretty much bedridden without it.
Bedridden? Do you have like a disease, or you got the wiggly leg?
It's a curse. So actually pull up his sleeve and show the like metallic veins that run over his body.
Cursed by
Well,
the gods.
no, well, no, it was just a temple when I was younger. I used to be an adventurer when I was younger. And I opened the wrong sarcophagus, and, well, if I'm not where right now, they're nice and soft and pliable, but, well, when this isn't on, well, they're pretty much just metal all throughout my body.
Right. So if that thing comes off, you just turn into a statue?
Oh no, I'm very much flesh and blood. I've just got metal running all throughout my body.
But you've done that sometimes in like the heat of battle. You've made yourself really, really.
Oh,
kind
that's
of
a separate
strong.
thing. That's different entirely. That was from the orb.
The orb?
The
Okay.
what was Lumenspire.
Yeah, the thing we got. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That was a blessing from Lumenspire. Totally separate.
Just
So,
a funny coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
so when you say that the last 100 or couple hundred years have been really bad, what do you mean?
Well, I was bedridden with, I mean, horrible pain all over my entire body, to the point of being immobile, and I, well, didn't really have many options other than to self-medicate. So that's what I did. So as a result, I don't really remember much of the last few hundred years because I was pretty out of it by choice.
Oh. If you couldn't wait, where were you when this was happening?
Well, family took care of me. I mean, they're the family of friends I used to have. The friends are long dead, but their children and grandchildren and great great grandchildren and great 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 grandchildren have continued to take care of me for years.
So you're like
So,
their familial heirloom.
Yeah, sort of.
all right. So, I just want to make sure I'm interpreting this correctly. But you became an adventurer. You fell upon some type of cursed object. You became cursed by the gods, and
Again,
then
but yeah.
Grin is just all about it. um, and then and then you were your adventuring party took care of you, and then their family took care of you. What broke that? You said that one of them put a necklace on you, or an amulet, and that
Oh well,
helped?
this amulet, yeah, it suppresses curses.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why I'm always willing. That's why I was happy to touch all the curse stuff.
that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so hold on. Okay, that's actually kind of good. That's really nice. Hey, so gosh, so much stuff makes sense now. I didn't know. I just assumed you were just, happy to be here. I mean, I know you still are, but
Well, I am, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I can move, I can walk, I can see the world. Like, when you spend 300 years having to deal with that much pain and having to be drinking to be out of it, I mean, no matter how hellish it gets, it's better than that. I've got a clear head and I can see the world again.
Aww.
Do you think? I know there are magics that can, instead of suppress, they can remove such things. Is that something that
Well, it's
do
not
you
so
think would
simple.
work?
It's they certainly tried, but there are certainly magics that are readily available to those of certain faiths, but something like that isn't quite potent enough to deal with what I've got. Seems I've got one of the worst ones.
Ah,
Vonkar, I do like you for a reason. He goes in for a hug.
Oh, come here.
Listen, you're a good guy. I questioned it and I thought that you had like super bad secrets and stuff. Ah.
so what? Just out of curiosity, what made you decide? Well, first, if you don't mind me asking, where did you get your pendant?
Well, we just call her my niece at this point. All of the greats kind of
Got
get
it.
cumbersome to say, but well, she's an archaeologist, um, and I was her favorite uncle. So, in my more lucid moments, she would ask me about my old adventures, and I would be happy to have someone to talk to. So, she would wheel me around to her dig sites and let me, get out and see some things, and relive some former glory, getting to go
Right.
into old tombs and stuff back like the old days. All the traps had been disarmed and the monsters had been dispatched long ahead of time. But she would bring me in and show me around and talk to me while she dug stuff up. But she found this on one of her digs and she put it on me. I think she honestly just thought that it looked nice on me, so she wanted me to wear it. But then it did its trick, and here I am.
What happened to them? Why'd you leave?
Well, I kind of acted as dig site security for a while. She was my niece. I was happy to spend time with her, but she eventually one day sat me down and said, I used to talk to her all about the glory days and how much I loved going out and going on adventures. So she sat me down one day and said, "Listen, you're wasting your talents here. I'm fine. You should go out and have real adventures." So I responded to an advertisement looking for adventurers and decided, what the heck, let's give it a try.
Look at you now,
Look at me now. Here we are.
2 something miles underneath the earth, the crust.
All right, one last question. Who was it that you disturbed? Like, what did you get cursed with? Like, do you know the name of the entity?
I don't even remember at this point. I'm pretty sure it was security left over at this point. Honestly, well, the moment itself is not something that sticks out terribly strongly in my memory because it was the onset of the curse was fairly gradual. So it
Some
was
jerk.
weeks later when I discovered what what had really happened as it gradually took hold.
Okay. Well, if we see anybody that has like familiar vibes to your veins or something, maybe we give them the side eye until we figure out whether or not they're the ones that cursed you.
Well, that'd certainly be appreciated. But this is
All right,
doing the trick for now.
all right. Well, thanks, bro. That was a good story.
I'm glad you liked it.
I think that was really fun.
Now everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
All right. So yeah,
Okay, you like my best bud.
Oh,
um,
you're my best bud too, little guy.
He's not so little anymore, but he's
7 feet tall.
He's actually
yeah.
taller than you now. But
Oh
he's
yeah,
just
but you
kinda
know
like,
he's.
he like
Yeah,
curls
he's
up.
still like
Mhm.
rail
Yeah.
thin. The trail seems to stretch forever as it weaves between rocky outcroppings, but most of the ground you're walking on is still this deep, dark purple sand, and still that pulsing mint green light continues in the distance. And the cavern remains to be pitch black, but luckily everybody has dark vision, including your little goggles that Hopper's got on. Just keeping steady and ready. And occasionally the area is briefly lit up as you pass by different species of, Torger points out, inedible bioluminescent fungus. After 2 hours is when you guys will start to feel the exhaustion begin to settle in from the forced march. And as it does, the area begins to gradually slope downwards, still made of that dark purple sand. You can see large pale white stalks that rise upwards about 20 to 30 feet and end in these large egg-shaped pods that are shock white and covered in about 30 or so 5-foot radius holes, just all over them. 5 feet's a lot, probably like 3-foot radius, 2-foot radius holes. And the only discernible direction is through this area, this forest of weird stalk pods. There's about 100 or so of these stalks scattered about the area and filling a vast area of this massive cavernous chamber. As you proceed forward, you can hear soft scuttling noises and can see one of those figures from the shore crawl out from one of the holes in the stalks, like in the pods, like squeeze its way out and drop to the ground about 15 feet up ahead, just into the sand. When it hits the sand, it makes a noise. You get a better look at them now as they're only 15 feet away. It resembles a hunched, pale white humanoid with long arms that end in hooked claws. The legs are hunched and end in large feet with more hooked claws. The head is completely devoid of eyes or a nose, and instead, where a mouth would be, are 6 vertical holes that seem to stretch and widen whenever this clearly blind creature lets out one of its little shrieks, like a the holes just kind of go, like they gasp and open, like make weird, like weird things as it scuttles about the area. It also appears to have 2 small holes on the side of its head where ears should be. Kind of scuttles near a rock about 15 feet away, where you can see a sizable rat kind of looking around. The creature stops in front of the rat. The rat doesn't seem to like fully notice it. Like this thing it's like sneaking really quietly towards the rat. Oh no, yeah. It stops in front of the rat, looks around, seems to be unaware of the rat, like can't see the rat even though it's like right there with it. Until the rat kind of just makes a little noise, like a squeak, and begins to like clean itself before the creature lunges towards the rat and tears into it with its claws and weird mouths. And while it's scuttled about, you can see 2 strange growths on the back of the feet that seem to move and shift and wipe away its tracks as it moves. So it's got these growths in the back of its feet that kind of wipe away its tracks as it moves about. Kind of like a built-in...
The fuck?
Yeah, like a built-in little leaf that kind of like people used to like use leaves to like brush their tracks away. They have these built-in growths on the back of their feet that just brushes away their footprints so they can not be followed and tracked. And it's scuttling around the way you're headed, and you can probably assume that more of them make their home in these 100 or so strange stalk-like growths. And you're at your 8 hours of forced march right here, entering upon this hive. And the thing just eventually scuttles away into darkness after eating the rat.
I really should head back.
I'll push through.
Where else are we gonna go? There's nowhere else to go.
Plus, we're heading downwards. That's the last thing we want to do. We need to head upwards if we want to go to Cocoon.
It's only been like a little bit of a gradual slope, but nothing major. Now,
What do you think we need to run through? Like, get through?
well, they do appear blind, so we just have to be quiet. Torger's gonna.
You could just. You
Okay,
two
I'm
could fly.
pretty sure. Just so everybody's aware here. If we're trying to be quiet, that's ability check. And I think at least half the party has disadvantage on those.
Do we?
Because of armor. Armor.
From
Torger's
from
exhaustion.
exhaustion.
Torger's the only. Oh yeah.
I have a level of exhaustion.
Grin has a level of exhaustion too.
Raise your hand if you're exhausted.
I'm currently Torger. Torger's at 2 levels of exhaustion
Yeah.
because of this.
Oh.
Because you guys swam for so long.
Yeah.
Torger's like, I could
So
cast pass
half
without
the
trace.
more than half the party's
Torger's
exhausted.
like, I could cast pass without trace, but I'd have to
And
do
you
it
two
very
can
quickly.
fly. And that could eliminate the
Oh,
actual
yeah.
sound
Torture-
of being on the ground.
Torger's gonna quietly whisper the vocal components for pass without trace, and also hope there isn't a surge. So, stealth check for the speaking. 10. 2 plus 8.
Beautiful.
And then D20. But currently everyone has Path Without Trace on. Which lasts for 1 hour?
Yeah.
Okay. 14, so there's no surge. But you all are under the effects of Path Without Trace. So veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, so you're not going to make any noise when you move about. But you can still be seen with Pass Without Trace, it's just harder to do.
Antyr's going to spend a sorcery point to subtle spell, and it's going to do a temporal accelerant
Okay.
on Torger because Torger's the only one with 2.
Yeah, Torger's slowed, yeah.
So to bump their speed up by 10 for an hour.
Oh, and he has to mark off 2 key points because he had cast Path Without Trace. Which I don't know if Caleb's been tracking, because it does cost key points to do that. Boom.
He hasn't done any spells.
He's on
Yeah,
Path,
I mean,
he's
plus
on,
a-
he did Path Without Trace
the-
before.
They regenerate on short rest
Um,
anyway, so
Alright,
Nice.
Antyr.
Really-
Oh, he also would have gotten
Shit.
temporary hit points from the thing. The cloak,
I rolled
which
my
gives him
dice.
temporary hit points. Which
I rolled a 10.
Oh wait, I
my
said he wasn't. I
casting.
said he wasn't using the cloak, so I'm not gonna have that happen.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Does a 10 do anything?
Has to be an 11 or higher.
So it does do something.
D100.
Because I rolled a 10. Sorry, y'all.
D100.
65.
So close.
I feel like we roll in this area so much.
Yeah.
Antyr, you feel. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the first 3 people in the party that come to your mind?
Oh god, that's easy. Torger, Hopper, and Grin.
All right. Torger,
For
Hopper.
various reasons.
Roll 4d10.
Oh no. Who?
Torger, Hopper, Grin. You roll 4d10.
Oh. 4D.
I don't think Antyr's making it out of these caves as Hopper has anything to say.
You don't know
about
this
it.
is happening. This isn't Antyr's fault though.
That is 27.
27.
Oh,
So
no.
as Antyr casts this on Torger, you see the air of the cave fill with static. Grin, Torger, Hopper take 27 lightning damage. Just as these loud bolts of lightning just go Oh, lightning doesn't make noise. It's the thunder that makes the noise.
I'm
So,
almost half health.
so the lightning silently, because it's the thunder that makes the noise. The lightning just goes, and Hopper, Torger, and Grin take 27 lightning damage. And now Torger needs to make a concentration check. Is it pass without trace concentration? Yep.
What the fuck, Ed? What the fuck, Lex?
DC
I'm blaming you
13.
personally.
DC 13. Let's go. Hey, pass without trace is still up. But yeah, just.
Because Hopper has such bad stealth, I think he definitely lets out a scream of pain.
Yeah, you just got hit by lightning.
Just getting struck by lightning just
Okay.
ruins the stealth.
This will be stealth checks. This will be a group stealth check at this point because of lightning and everything. But you do have +10 because of path without trace because it didn't go down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Disadvantage if you have exhaustion.
Yep. Which I do.
That's a 12 for Torger.
Okay.
29.
23.
23. Okay.
That one for a 2.
That counts as 2 fails.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I gotta pull up the stat
So-
block so I can figure this out. I didn't home. Where did I have a stat block somewhere?
So 16 plus 10, so
26.
26
Okay, cool.
for
Very nice.
Grin.
Hopper, you got what's again? Sorry.
13 plus 10, 23.
And Torger got a 12 total. Okay. No.
Vonkar got
What
a
I say
12
here?
total.
What I say here? What did I get for Torger here? 22. 12 plus
Maybe
10.
20, yeah.
22. Okay, yeah. So the lightning mixed with the shrieks of pain. Oh, okay. A couple seconds pass.
We'll say we like put a hand over Hopper's
Yeah.
mouth real quick.
Yeah.
It seems like the scream didn't really notice, but it's
Echo out.
it's Vonkar, whatever made Vonkar get that low. But everything's quiet, still. Nothing comes crawling out of the stalks. You're fine.
Just quiet gestures forward.
Okay.
Antyr will helm the lead since Antyr knows that they fucked up, but no one else does.
Yeah. You all. The DC. Okay, I gotta hold on. I found it has a passive perception of 17. Antyr, you got a. I already said you succeeded,
29.
but just to make sure I'm like not
29
being
for
mean.
me.
I think everybody did well. I think the only one that didn't do well was Vonkar. And,
Vonkar,
yeah.
with the 12.
Okay.
But tiptoeing through the creepy area.
26 for me.
Okay.
Plus
You all.
Nice.
You all begin to like. Do you follow the trail through these stalks, or do you just? Because the
The
trail does
trails.
weave through them, but no matter where you go, you're moving past these things.
Yeah, I think.
And Torger and Grin are flying, so I assume.
Yeah, I think generally, since we started by following green haze / light-ish, like, gosh, how do I say it? Aura?
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah,
we're
it's like a
following
mint green pulse. Yeah.
a mint green like pulse aura. Grin's probably if no one else is, Grin's probably gonna like gesture in that direction.
That's the direction you're kind of headed in anyway.
Yeah,
I assume you're
exactly.
staying in that direction. Okay. Yeah, you begin to like creep past these pods. Keeping in mind, the faster you go, stealth checks do, I believe, take penalties because you can only stealth if you're moving slow. You can't stealth if you're running.
You get disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're all, but it is +10 right now, but it already is disadvantage, right? So you
For a
all,
lot of us, yeah.
anyone wearing heavy armor is disadvantage anyway. So
Yeah.
you creep past these stalks. Occasionally, you can see one like moving around inside, sticking its head out. These weird like, hold on. I think I have. They're basically based on the things from the Descent, but not like completely humanoid.
Gross.
They're just fun.
Yeah, my tryptophobia is going fucking nuts right now.
Buck wild.
I didn't know you had tryptophobia. My bad.
No, like, it's not like a trigger or anything, but it's fucked.
Well, I can't find
Getting-
what I had
Getting
for
the anxiety tingles.
for a reference image, but
Yeah.
just like imagine like a milky pale humanoid. No facial features, but like 6 vertical slits right here that just gasp and yawn when it makes noises. And they skulk around like Gollum and the mutants from the Descent. You guys just keep sneaking. Occasionally you'll hear like a shriek in the distance and another one shriek back, getting a sense that they communicate via echolocation. Because they be blind. I need another stealth check as you guys continue to creep through this area. So disadvantage
there
for those that have
difference?
exhaustion.
Is there a difference in terrain,
Uh,
or is it just an extended period of time?
Extended
we've
period
been
of time,
Trying to
yeah.
do this.
so it's going to be these, and then it's going to be Constitution saves.
Yep.
For
Okay.
exhaustion.
Oh god, we only get rid of one level
I know.
per long rest. So
Yeah.
oh my god.
Natural 1
Okay.
for a 15 total.
Torger got a 21. A natural 1 is 2 fails. Does count as 2 fails. In a group check.
22.
22.
Total.
The DC is, I believe I said 17, because their passive perception is high for being echolocation based hunters. Antyr,
31.
31. Okay, so we're at 21 for Torger, so we're at 2 successes, 2 fails because of Hopper. Grin.
Well, it was going to be a
22.
nat 20, but disadvantage.
No, you get a
12
you get a
plus
plus 10.
Oh, 22. 22.
22?
Nice.
Okay.
I missed
Yeah.
the plus 10. Yeah, I forgot about the plus
Yeah.
10, yeah.
And-
Grin and Vonkar got the same. 22.
Okay. So we were at 2 fails, but everybody else succeeded again. So it's getting close because there's 5 people in the party. It needs to be 3. It needs to
Yep.
be 3 fails.
We are break even.
So you're still creeping, and occasionally, Hopper, you make a slight movement. You brush up against something you don't mean to brush up against, and it causes a quick motion of one of these pods. One of them to sneak its head out and just go. Like, Hopper, you're small enough that you're probably walking under the pod as it sticks its head out, and you just control your ears enough to like bend out of the way that they don't rub
Yeah.
against its chin as it pops out. And now I need Constitution saves for exhaustion because we're going into hour 9
Goof.
for travel today.
Oh my god.
These aren't at
13.
these aren't at disadvantage yet.
I'm gonna use my lucky
Um,
on this.
Not yet.
No,
I'm not sure.
The DC goes up by 1 for every hour you travel when this starts
Yeah.
to happen. So the DC right now is 10. So the DC right now is 10, and it is a con save.
Man, I know I'm jinxing myself right now, but I've been rolling pretty well.
14, 15 for Torger, so Torger does not go to 3 levels of exhaustion.
Ooh.
Torger is at 2, still. Antyr.
Natural 20 for a 23.
Jesus Christ. Hopper, what'd you get?
22.
No levels of
Nice.
exhaustion. Grin.
21.
Vonkar.
Beautiful.
13.
You all continue creeping, still in the midst of these stalks. They're at first of what was 100, then the hour goes, and there's just more and more as far as you are in like a hive of these things. There has to be thousands of these stalks at this point, and each one seems to be housing a singular one of these things. You're in their basically society right now, just passing through. Another stealth check, please.
Oh my god.
I'm nervous.
Disadvantage if you have 1 level of exhaustion. Disadvantage.
30 for Torger. Or wait, no. 12 plus. Did I roll disadvantage for Torger? Yeah, 30 with disadvantage. 30 with 30 with
God.
disadvantage. Antyr,
22.
Hopper.
Another nat 1.
Fuck. 2 fails.
Jeez.
Grin.
22.
Vonkar.
13.
Plus, is that plus 10?
Oh,
Yup.
oh
Roll
no!
the 3.
Wait, what about
Two
what
plus
about
one.
what about you know?
Antyr, Torger got a 30, but a natural 1 from Hopper is 2 fails.
We're dead even.
3. So it's 3 and
Vonkar-
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it needs to be more than half, so yeah. Wait,
We are at half exactly.
3 successes, 3 fails.
because there's
yeah.
5 people in the party.
Yeah.
But Hopper essentially got 2.
But only 2 people failed. Yeah.
Yeah, but a natural 1 counts as 2 failures.
So we're at
Exactly.
3 and 3,
So,
but we're
3 and 3.
at the halfway mark.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Rollies.
Do you guys keep going? There's turning around, you'd have to just do it again. You just keep pressing.
No.
Yeah, we
We
need
gotta-
to keep
we gotta
pressing
keep
forward.
going.
Constitution saves DC 11 for the next hour.
SOS, please. Oh, never mind.
Torger got a 15, so Antyr
20. 30, 20.
All right, the DC is 11. Hopper,
23.
perfect. Remember, exhaustion level 2 is half speed.
Yep.
Grin.
11.
Oh fuck.
Yes.
Vonkar.
Oh my god.
Yes.
22.
Yes.
22. All right.
Very nice.
You keep going. The terrain does start to ascend a little bit. Not gradual, not like a lot, but slowly and gradually. And you're still moving through these stalks. Occasionally, again, you'll see one of these things scamper out, look around, and then go back in. You've got a few more to go because this is a big area. Stealth checks again, everybody.
Help.
Fuck. Fuck. Guys, our luck is only hold out
Okay.
for so long. Maybe we
Okay.
just try to like.
It was
sleep?
only a nat 3, guys. It was only a natural 3.
33,
We're good.
33 for Torger. Antyr.
30.
Hopper.
Are we real?
Fuck.
Real
17.
quick, Justin. Are we almost like through this section?
You can't tell.
Okay, then all right.
The range of your dark vision is still like darkness
Gotcha.
beyond it. Yeah, Hopper got a 17, so Hopper just succeeds.
16.
Okay. 1 fail, Grin. Yeah.
So
Don't you say it. Don't say it.
natural 2
Okay, good, good,
Okay.
good.
Okay.
for a 19
Okay.
And
because
Okay.
Grin be a stealthy bitch.
So you, this branch of the terrain goes better than the previous because everyone has succeeded except for Vonkar, but it was no natural 1 fails.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Yeah.
Constitution saves DC 12.
I'm scared.
16.
Nope. Nope.
Torger
nope,
got
I'm
a
good.
10.
Using my lucky.
Torger is at 3
Oh,
levels of
no!
exhaustion.
I am using my lucky for that.
Fuck.
Fuck. I'm a level 2. I got a 5.
Disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws for level 3, so
Oh,
Torger's,
fuck.
Torger's Constitution saves are going to be a disadvantage.
Oh, it's saving throws too. So
at
that
exhaustion
means like
3,
Yeah.
yeah.
so that means it's a slippery slope now for every Constitution save.
Attack rolls and saving throws, yep. Then level 4 is hit point maximum halved. Alright.
Yeah.
Antyr, what,
Exhaustion level 3 is the death spiral.
Antyr, what'd you get?
13.
Hopper.
19.
Grin, you said you failed?
For the Constitution save, yes.
Yeah, it was DC 12. Okay.
Yeah, I've adjusted my
Okay,
exhaustion
cool.
to level 2.
Vonkar.
For the
Constitution
exhaustion?
save. Yeah.
Yeah, 16.
Perfect. You can see Torger starting to get tired, but you can tell he doesn't want to stop in this terrain.
Speed is halved now. So
Yeah, you and Torger both have half speed. But you're both flying, so...
that's true.
So actually, Torger's moving at... oh, he has 40... it's the same as his walkings. Hold on a second. Winged boots. Oh, it's the same as your walking speed with the winged boots. Okay, cool. So he's at 20 feet flying.
Oh, I'm at 22. Great.
stealth checks again.
Okay. Yep. Makes sense. Disadvantage.
Okay.
24 for Torger, 14 plus 10. 24. Antyr.
31.
Yeah, Hopper.
Natural one.
2
No
fails.
way.
What?
What the three natural was?
I'm rolling
kill
at
Hopper.
disadvantage.
Crip-
I'm rolling at disadvantage.
just take out Hopper's knees and leave them. Grin.
Someone carry me, please.
Grin, what'd you get?
21.
Vonkar.
Natural 4 for a 21.
DC 17. Vonkar, what did you get?
Vonkar succeeded this time and got a 24.
Perfect. We got 2 more ghosts to go for this. You're nearing the end. Which means it's like there's still travel too. Constitution saves.
Oh, this one's at disadvantage for Torger.
Torger, yeah.
Jesus.
The DC here is 13.
Ugh.
Oh my
And I rolled
God.
a 3.
Oh,
Torger got a 13. Torger just succeeds. Does not get 4 levels of exhaustion.
Yeah, 10.
Antyr, what'd you get?
a 23. A natural 20 for a 20. I'm offsetting Hopper in the worst way. Hopper's just feeding me. Like,
Hopper.
It wouldn't be the first time. 13.
true.
What'd you get, sorry?
13.
13, you just succeed.
Yeah.
Grin.
10. So
Oh.
I'm at exhaustion level 3.
Disadvantage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Disadvantage on all saving throws
And attacks, yeah.
and
Vonkar.
attacks.
I got a 10 on the.
So you have a level of exhaustion, whatever you're at now. All right.
First level of exhaustion.
Y'all just need to get to 6 levels of exhaustion, die, and then I'll rebirth you.
That's true. You do get rebirth from the pack. This won't kill you, actually.
No.
I do. Oh yeah.
We're
right.
not killing ourselves.
By forcing a march.
You come back.
Yeah, as what? This is a dark pact, man.
All right.
Rude.
The final stealth check and the final Constitution save.
Okay.
Oh my
All right.
god.
Stealth check, disadvantage.
Yeah, 26 for Torger.
Oh,
18.
finally.
28.
28. Hopper.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Thanks.
Now, as you exit, this is just exiting this region now. Con saves. Disadvantage for Grin and Torger.
This is where it hits me. Nope.
Oh. Eight.
Ah.
8. The DC here is 14 because you've been walking for 4 additional hours. So this is 8 for Torger. Exhaustion level 4.
I don't think I've ever
Hit
experienced
point.
anybody getting that.
Hit point maximum halved.
Oh.
Yeah. Torger is at 29 max HP.
I also failed, so I am also at half HP.
Hit point maximum at max, yeah.
Yeah, so that means max override max HP. That's 63. That's 31.
Antyr, the DC was 14. What'd you get?
I rolled a 16.
Hopper.
11.
Another level of
Second level of
exhaustion.
exhaustion.
Yeah. Vonkar.
Natural 20 for a 27.
All right.
Huzzah.
So you all breach that. Like this is you just breaching out of the stocks, and you're now.
Like in a relatively safe zone, finally.
Well, you're just outside of the stocks, but the road continues up a little bit. You can see more rocky outcroppings and alcoves again, not just the stocks. 8, 9, 10, 11 p.m. Okay.
I'm gonna try to find a close enough but safe enough out of view at very least
Okay.
of these stalks.
Yeah, you could probably find something safe about 20. You can find one a ways away and not travel an hour to risk more exhaustion.
Can we
Easily.
travel for 45 minutes?
Okay.
And then
You travel for 45 minutes just to get away from that.
yes.
And anyone looking for shelter or a place you could set up a camp, perception or investigation checks. Anyone who's looking.
I mean, disadvantage. I
Torger's
think
not
for
going to.
everybody at this
I'm rolling
point.
really well tonight.
God
Holy
damn
shit.
it.
Well, who has exhaustion level 1?
I have no exhaustion.
That's
Antyr has none.
disadvantage. Oh,
How did Antyr end up
we're
with
leaving
none?
everything to advantage.
I've been rolling dummy
The
on.
wizard
Oh,
is-
because I have lucky. I've been using lucky. I've used
Oh,
it
yeah,
twice.
there you
go.
I will say.
Antyr's
yes.
dummy thick.
Antyr, what'd you
Andrew
get?
got quads of steel.
21
21.
for investigation.
About 45 minutes later, pushing towards another hour. You could do it. You know you could do it. But the others are starting to, like, get a little haggard. Grin and Torger are just flying. They're...
Or flying is
Ooh,
like
that reminds me.
like a drunk bumblebee.
That reminds me. Torger would have flown for the full time. The winged boots can only be used for 4 hours at a time. So 2 hours. He'll get 2 hours of flying back on those. For every 12 hours they aren't in use. So he's not going to have any use of those boots after the long rest. Because it'll only be, he needs 12 hours. So 11 a.m. the boots will have 2 uses, 2 hours of flight in them. Yeah. Can't use those boots like super long term. You can break the time up, but that's sketchy with all the shit that was going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, Antyr, you find a little natural, tiny little cave about 45 minutes after the stalks and kind of hidden away behind some boulders and rocks. It looks like just a shallow cave that goes in only about 20 feet, and that's about as deep as it goes.
Have we seen any remnants of the adventurers that may have left the rope or started the rope?
So it's fun that you ask that, because in this cave is the lower torso of what looks like a halfling.
Excellent.
Have been left
I
there
imagine
for what looks like.
They still have a whole nother thing of rope on them.
No, it looks like whoever they were with probably took the rope.
Gotcha.
But like, it's just a lower half of a halfling in there, looted of all like goods and just like, yeah.
Okay, yeah, Antyr's gonna move into the cave and gonna take the Magus Reach and pull the torso out, so it's just
Oh, sorry,
out
it's
of
just
cave.
it's just the lower half, not the torso. It'd be the lower half.
Perfect.
Just legs.
Pull
just...
that out and leave it elsewhere, away, the opposite side. And he's gonna nestle, sit, crisscross applesauce.
Quietly.
Did it?
Torger crawls in quietly. I'm going to sleep.
Everybody get rest. I'll take the first 4 hours of watch.
That's like the first first rush.
You're gonna be the only
Everybody.
one doing it.
Okay, that's fine.
Grin like just passes out
Yeah.
on top of Torger, just like boom, boom.
Yeah. Okay. Does everybody just say fuck it and go to sleep?
Mm-hmm.
Hopper's gonna do his best to stay awake as long as possible, which only lasts about an hour. Like keeping an eye on Antyr.
Okay.
Which Antyr's facing, just facing straight out of the, probably,
Yeah. Like Antyr's watching the road, Hopper's watching Antyr until he
Okay.
just eventually falls asleep. Like the Everthorn is on his lap, ready to be used.
As
Wow.
Hopper goes to sleep, Antyr grabs the dagger. But I give the dagger to Vonkar at the last second. It wasn't me.
Perfect.
Wow.
So Antyr, the
I
others...
will. I'm gonna bamf out Endylus.
Okay.
As
okay, yeah.
the. This
I'm trying to think if they've. I'm
Tressum
trying to think if they've been
version.
reduced to 0 yet. No, no, you're good. So you don't have to recast a spell.
But gonna have Endylus sitting on their lap and keep watch. They're fine. They're okay. They're focused.
Yeah, everyone else is
It's-
like, whoa.
Their legs are a little bit wiggly wobbly because of all that fucking walking, but this group he's done a lot worse. So yeah, gonna keep watch for the evening
Okay.
with Indalis's help.
Yeah, everyone passes out pretty fucking quickly. uh, give me a perception check with advantage because Indylus is helping. So you can use either yours or Indylus's perception if you want.
I'll do that then. So ignore that for now because he has a +5, so that is a 16 instead of a
16.
15.
Yeah, occasionally you just hear like those shrieks in the distance, continuing still. But they're 45 minutes away of walking, so you know. There's something weird in the air, like a static sort of feeling.
Looks around, looks at the ceiling to make sure that lightning doesn't strike anybody.
Like it's it's like coming from behind, like you can feel it like bristling against your like the nape of your neck, and it's coming from like the back of the cave, which is again is only like 20 feet in, so you can see it. If you turn on, you can see it. There's like a shimmer, brief like shimmer, on the rocks on the back of the cave. Everyone's still asleep, but yeah, there's like a brief like shimmer in the rocks, like you see something that's very very hard to spot.
Right, Antyr is gonna set Indylus in the spot, stay, and creeps quietly toward the back of the cave.
Okay.
It looks like it's on the wall or coming from the wall.
Now you can see like it's like a shimmering like curtain of like energy across the back of the cave wall that kind of just happens every few seconds and then dissipates and then happens every 6 seconds again, dissipates. It's kind of in the same rhythm as that mint green pulse of light that you were following.
Antyr's going to tentatively reach out and touch the wall.
Okay. The wall is solid, and then as the shimmer happens, it's not solid anymore, and your hand kind of briefly phases through.
Okay.
And then you wonder, what cut that halfling in half? As the effect shimmers across your hand, and you can see the rock becoming solid again in places. And then 6 seconds later, it happens again.
So how quick are the
Every second.
how long does it last? I guess
Every 6 seconds, so probably like 3 seconds.
Oh.
Like it was enough for your hand to dip in and pulled out before. But you can probably imagine this is how that halfling like lost their lower half. Was
Oh, like they were leaning on the wall and fell into the wall and it
or they yeah, maybe, or they tried crawling through it, realizing it was not solid for a moment, but based on if their friends ran off, maybe, and they've been looted, you know, who knows?
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah. Gonna make sure to warn the others. Antyr is going to, instead of keeping Indylus in the front, but Antyr is going to sit in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And same, but so that if anybody looks like they toss and tumble in their sleep and move
rolls
around,
into it.
Antyr can kind of catch them if needed.
Okay. I don't imagine anyone was like sleeping right up against that wall or anywhere close to it.
Like we went all that deep.
No, I don't imagine. But yeah, every 6 seconds it just keeps. Now that you notice it, you can't stop noticing the subtle like shifts in the rock as
it's
it
just
happens.
at the back of the wall.
Just the back wall.
Okay. And it doesn't seem like there's anything behind it.
No, like when your hand phased through for the second, it did feel like a change in like temperature. But that's about it. Before you quickly like pulled it back in, so you didn't lose your hand.
Right. I don't want to die, so I don't want to risk it. So
Yeah, you won't
Gonna
come.
leave it
You
alone.
won't grow out of you.
yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone. Because if there's stuff behind that wall, fuck it. I'm not worried about it.
Okay. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, you look at it for a moment, and it continues to do it every 6 seconds. Again, in the same rhythm as the light you were following. About 6 hours in, which is just long enough for a long rest. 7 hours in, so everybody does get a long rest. Antyr, I don't know if you. You look at your character sheet real quick.
I don't have that anymore. By the
No, I
way.
know, but you do have the other one.
Oh, that's right. I don't need to do all that. I don't need to. I forgot. But I don't need to do that. It's in the second paragraph.
Yeah.
I don't need to do that.
Okay. So,
I forgot about that.
cool. After about, you can mark one off too, because you're kind of, you don't sleep, and you don't trance really anymore. You have a weird little dingleberry inside of you, from Antigothel. So everyone gets a long rest. After about 7 hours, Antyr, the shimmering gets much slower and stops, and it doesn't like reset like it did when it almost took your hand off. It kind of does the one pass through and then kind of just stops. And you hear a voice like kind of coming through on the other side. Yeah, I'm just gonna go check to see if the wards are still like up and in place. And then you can hear like footsteps approaching from the other side of the rock. And that's when we're gonna end the session for the week. But everyone, you're all still asleep. You have like another hour before you like wake up. But everyone does have the benefits of a long rest. So Grin and Torger, 3 levels of exhaustion.
So that means we both still have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving.
But your
throws
max HP
and
is
ability checks.
But your max HP is
Yeah.
back to like.
Yeah, mine's 63 now, so that we're good
Yeah.
on that front.
But yeah, we'll pick up all
We're
there.
about to get arrested.
We'll pick up there next week as Antyr hears someone talking on the other side of this cave.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Good night, everybody. Didn't kill Antyr.
We didn't
I wanted
somehow.
To. I don't want to